Yeah, A, Finance, QS, back at it. Yeah, sesh. Hey, hope everybody's doing well. We back at it with another session. Got the Frenchy mug on deck, mud in my cup. You already know what it is. Yes, sir. Yeah, salute to everybody in the notification game. We back at it with another live stream. We're gonna go ahead and jump into some of the trending topics of today. First up, let's go over to my main screen here. We got rapper Sukihana, reality star, jailed on drug charges in Broward County. Hey, what's going on with Sukihana, y'all? This is a crazy mugshot, by the way. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, this is a crazy ass mugshot. Like, why she look animated here? I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. They said she looked like the Grinch in this picture, though. I wouldn't necessarily say all that, but she definitely kind of like a cartoon character in this mugshot, low key, in Quantum's humble opinion. But yeah, news stories is saying that rapper Sukihana has been jailed in Broward County for drug possession charges. This is in regards to intent and possession to sell ecstasy and codeine. What is up with rappers getting caught with codeine recently? We see earlier this week, rapper NBA Youngboy arrested for codeine possession out in Utah, extradited back to his homeland. Why are rappers willing to risk it all for codeine? That's a masculine ass drug, by the way. Like, are the ladies really out here sipping drink, y'all? Really? Is this what's really going on? Well, they say she's distributing. Either way, super masculine drug in my opinion. I don't know, dog. It's not a good look in my opinion, but let's go ahead and get into the news story. This is coming out of Local 10 News. It says North Lauderdale, Florida. Broward County deputies arrested rapper and television personality Sukihana Thursday, according to jail records. Those records show that Sukihana, whose real name is Destiny Lynette Henderson, was arrested in North Lauderdale on charges of possession of ecstasy with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver, and possession of codeine with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver. Yeah, she got caught with them dizzies and a little bit of that drink, chat. Henderson, 32, with dyed bright orange, flashed her grin in her mugshot after deputies booked her into jail. The Delaware native rose to prominence in 2020 as a cast member on the VH1 reality show Love and Hip Hop Miami. That same year, she debuted her first mixtape titled Wolf Put. She told a publication that her stage name derives from the name of a Japanese restaurant in the Delaware Mall. Additional details about Henderson Bauer's arrest weren't immediately made available. Local 10 News has put in a request for her arrest report from the Broward Sheriff's Office. Jail records show that she was being held in BSO Paul Rain Detention Facility in Pompano Beach on a $7,500 bond as of Thursday afternoon. Yeah, free Suki, y'all. Free Suki. So it does appear that Sukihana has been locked up out there in Broward County, Florida. She was out there moving that ecstasy and codeine. Like I said, chat, very, very masculine drugs, okay? Maybe not the ecstasy so much, but the codeine, definitely masculine. You know, I don't want to have to help my bae come down from opioid withdrawals. That just doesn't seem, very sexy in my opinion. But free Suki, we hoping she gets better. You feel me? Let me know how y'all feeling about this in the chat. Wild story coming out of Broward County, Florida. Sukihana locked up. Yeah. Hey, and for everybody that's in here, y'all do see up top, we got that follower goal. We trying to get to 500 in them by next month. All right, I think we can do it. It's a reasonable goal in my opinion. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and leave comments. That helps out with the whole algorithm situation. So we hacking the algorithm around here. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and do a self promo. Always Hustling Tracksuit is available on quantumwashere.com. Yes, sir. We got the full tracksuit available on a rainy day like this. Hey, you need something as resilient as the Always Hustling Tracksuit to get you through the weather. You feel me? So we got that available on our website right now. The top and the bottom. Go ahead and check that out at quantumwashere.com. But we're going to go ahead and keep it moving and grooving with the latest news stories. We just covered the Sukihana situation out in Florida. Next up, we got this boy Squillo here. So I saw on Twitter, it was trending, I think it was yesterday, this underground rapper Squillo was claiming to have been kidnapped by somebody. So this is coming from his own personal Twitter account here. And this is some spooky shit, y'all. Definitely some spooky shit. So Squillo himself says, exposing Olivia Tobias, also known as Foreign Tobbs. She currently stays and lives in Orlando, Florida. She is a woman within her 20s who has taken advantage of me, Naka, Buliman, and TMF. Screenshots will be posted from all the accounts. So this man ran to his Twitter account to put allegations on this woman that she allegedly took advantage of him, Squillo, and other gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and get into these allegations. Rashad Fashir did break down some of these. I haven't got a chance to watch this video, so I'm going to go ahead and watch it with y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. I got my Frenchie mug here. We're going to get into the tea.
It's a situation. They said Olivia Tobias had Buliman and the rest of the little geek squad in her basement. Whoopsh, make another beat. Whoopsh, more 808s. Whoopsh.
Boy, oh boy, do I have a video for you. So if you didn't know, Squillo, Buliman, TMF, and another dude were kidnapped by this deranged white girl who's a super fan of Glock 40 spaz. And the whole situation is crazy. I saw on Twitter someone said it's giving Gabby. So let's get into it. Alright, so here's how it started. Basically, Squillo took to Twitter to say, exposing Olivia Tobias, also known as Foreign Tobbs. She currently stays and lives in Orlando, Florida. She is a woman within her 20s who has taken advantage of me, Naka, Buliman, and TMF. By the way,
hey, taking advantage is wild accusations, son. I just want to start there, okay? Like, how y'all let somebody take advantage of you and then you run to the internet? Why didn't you run to the police, son? And not only that, I saw screenshots of the friends talking to each other in the group chat, and they were like, bro, help. They was reaching out to the friend like he Batman or something. And I'm like, nah, bro, I think that you need to call 12. You don't need to be, I don't know, man. If y'all think something different in the comment, if Quantum's tweaking right now and talking about call 12, if Quantum's snitching, let me know. But that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and light a bit of this thoink here. Don't mind me. If you got your own personal, I invite you to light yours as well.
Sure, teach me fraud. Screenshots will be posted from all accounts. And he posted a picture of her mugshot. Anyways, the next screenshot he posted was like TMF basically texting him like, yo, I think I just got kidnapped. Basically he said, I might...
Yeah, so this is the screenshot I saw earlier, and I'm going to take my picture out of here. It said, I might need a lift ride to the apartments. And then it goes down later in the day. It said, bro, she literally kidnapped me, bro. And then his homie doesn't answer for a couple hours here. And he says, please answer, bro. And no response, y'all. No response. I know at this point, this man's stomach then sank. And then his homie finally responds, yo, bro, what? Hey, bro. And then homie responds back, bro, please help me. Yeah, so homie was down bad in this exchange here. Off tops, homie was down bad. He should have called 12 in Quantum's humble opinion. You go hours without hearing from the homie, and you think that he's just supposed to swoop up like Spider-Man and save your ass? Nah, bruh, I'm a Second Amendment card carrying holder, you feel me? So I'm not going like that personally. And secondly, Solid Snake couldn't have pulled this text exchange for me, bruh. Alright, off tops. Ain't nothing strong enough to pull this out of me. Alright, like, didn't nobody need to know about this? Y'all could have left this in the drafts.
My bad, don't mean to text you that. But bro, call me ASAP. Bro, she literally kidnapped me, bro. Please answer ASAP, bro. Yo, bro, what? Yo, bro, question mark. Bro, please help me. So it's like, yo, this dude is in some serious trouble.
In
like,
dire
that's not even
trouble.
Something you can joke about. So basically, they did like a show in Florida. And so one of the replies said, why y'all even let this hillbilly round y'all? LMAO. He responded by saying, and me being nice, making sure her stuff is locked till she gets back and knows I have stuff to do is dead wrong. So she was touching them, like hard, I'm not going to say the word, basically trying to get us to be with her 25/8. Like we didn't have any freedom. We sacrificed that for the show. So basically they were staying with her and she was just like being hella manipulative and A-wordy. Another person said, people will link with anything. And he said, we can't network with other people. Alright, bro. So, okay, saying this is networking is a little questionable, but if we are being honest, he does have like a TikTok following, so he probably did have the intention. And this is when a lot of the people were like questioning it, like, y'all posted with a Warzone loadout drop in y'all pictures, why don't y'all just defend yourselves? And he said, be for real. Another person said,
okay, so in defense of Squillo and the homies, I will say, when you out of town, you're vulnerable, bro. Like, you're super vulnerable to the natives in this situation. And these people are going on tour, you know, they're trying to link with their fans, they're trying to basically get their name out in the industry and trying to network with the natives and basically, you know, see what's up in the city. Now, this person definitely took advantage of the situation, okay? Off tops, I don't think that it's okay to allegedly kidnapped artists and hold them allegedly ransom, but at the same time, we as artists, we have to hold ourselves accountable and know when it's time to get out of a situation, okay? Especially if there's multiple people here and there's only one person holding you allegedly hostage. If there's 3 of y'all and one person holding y'all hostage, y'all got to make the group decision to get up out of there. And that's just me speaking from almost experience, because I've been out of town before. I've been on tour. I've been in spooky situations, chat, where I've almost been held kidnapped. And we might get into that in a story time later, but I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of this spin.
one white woman held a bunch of y'all captive and y'all have like 1 million Glocks. And I'll get into like the absurdity later, like on why people were hating, but I don't want to like I don't want to act like this isn't a serious situation, so that's why I'm gonna just keep it cool. Anyways, there are 2 other videos, and I'm gonna have to censor a lot of what she's saying, but like they're basically telling her to stop, and she's H-wording them.
Bro, I'll get pulled over. I will. I see you. I will, bro.
Y'all gotta watch out for girls that say bro and call you bro.
Bro, you want?
Don't hurt
Bro.
me, bro. Stop.
You're recording.
For real, stop. Because you're trying to hurt me.
Bro.
Yo, stop, please.
I'll delete that right now.
Hitting me?
No. I'll smack you again.
Bro, stop
Oh.
hitting me, please.
Then delete that.
I will if you stop me and just drive.
No.
You're hitting me, bro. What the f?
Yeah, nice.
So, I mean, that's pretty fair evidence there that there was some assault going on the highway, on the interstate. So, yeah, that's pretty damning evidence, in my opinion. And I would say from that point, if there's 3 of y'all and 1 of her, y'all need to take control of the situation. And I don't mean violently. Y'all need to take control of that situation, though. That means ejecting all of y'all out of that situation by any means necessary, because she clearly was not looking out for y'all safety in that situation. So yeah, I think we need to use better discernment and better judgment about who we put ourselves around, because if you my homie and you put me in a situation like this where I'm getting hit on and I'm getting abused at, I'm looking at you sideways now, off tops.
It's not nice, you know? Anyways, so afterwards, he also took to Instagram and said, 4N Tobbs is not what y'all think. She is literally treating TMF like shit right now. Locked him out her house with all his clothes, left him on the highway, been trying to get people high off Adderall. There's a reason why we left Florida. We didn't want to, but we had to do what we had to do because she never did ask us to leave, so we gave her what she wanted. But this is what Tobbs will do. She's an A-worder. She will lock you in her house when she knows you have no key. Her name is Olivia Tobias. Okay, I have to cut out her name and censor what I just said. Y'all better get hip.
Bruh, he didn't censor it out. This is wild.
ASAP. So he's just trying to fight for himself. He then said something about not trusting white women. I'm gonna play that video.
Oh, we on our
This is
Dr.
why
Umar?
My mom told me don't trust white.
And I'm gonna just play the 3 videos he put onto his story, and I'm gonna just let you judge it.
Keep it real, John. Me being in that crib personally, I felt like the raping me without actually even touching me. That's why I left the time I left, because when I was there around the time, obviously I had to wait for my show, right? But she kept playing with my emotions. She kept trying to offer me Adderall nonstop. You know what I'm saying? Any medicine she had, zincs, whatever, she wanted to go pick up from her plug. She literally plug, take medicine from him, and try to give it to us.
So
and
we
then literally
snitching?
gets mad when we try to leave, and then tells us don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, so I am gonna say that I don't really condone this snitching right here, big bruh, or little bruh. Like, I'm not really rocking with the snitching. You need to take accountability over your situation, bruh. Why you on the internet snitching about this girl going to her plug, she doing this and that with the plug? Nah, bruh, why you bringing the plug into this, okay? Why we bringing third parties into this situation? I don't think we should be snitching just because you got assholed out, bruh. Like, you all the way shirtless on live right now trying to explain yourself, and you snitching, bruh. You not even, like, I know you going through grief right now, little bruh. I know you going through the stages of grief, little bruh, but you can't be snitching on the plug, okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
I have plenty of messages of this shit. But do not let foreign tabs to keep allowing to go up off of this shit, off of other people's names, when all in reality, the shice and the scammer, and also a very, very...
So we mad at scammers now? We mad at who's shiesty now?
Out of your house.
Shiesty Summer.
Whatever, who did what. And when nobody's actually doing nothing to you. And then you're putting your hands on people. And then if somebody put their hands on you, it would be wrong, right?
Facts.
I'm not going to be that dude that just doesn't say nothing. Because at the end of the day, y'all deserve to know why I really left FL. And there's only a couple more other people that know in the low that actually got to see her in person. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is nothing new. Like, I'm talking about, I have, like, one of her co-workers' numbers that also told me how much insane she is. And I never knew this shit. You feel what I'm saying? In all reality, I came down to network. She said it was fun. And then ends it off with, when I say I want to go, now it's, oh, don't go nowhere, stay. No, I want to go. I was upset, so I kind of cursed out a little bit. I was like, yeah, no, I'm going, though. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not going to be in your house. Freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say whatever the I want to say. So then she tried to go and take that and try to basically use that against me to be on some dickhead shit to TMF. You understand what I'm saying? So...
See, when you dealing with people like this, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't type beat. So homie should have just ejected himself from the situation to begin with. Like, there's people out here that'll see you and see weakness in you and exploit every single shred of clout, any kind of finance you got for their own level ups. So if you see that in somebody, you got to cut them off. You can't keep doing business with them. And that's where homie fucked up right here, bruh. And now you trying to avoid responsibility instead of taking it on the chin. Nah, bro, you can't be snitching on the plug. You need to go ahead and take that responsibility, big dog.
Let me keep it real. She is not who you think she is. Stop running her TikTok up. Stop doing it.
Run it up. Run her TikTok up.
She's abusing her and then also trying to get other people to abuse them with her. Not doing it. Why do you think I'm far, far away right now, bro? Otherwise, I would have performed for y'all at 27. Like they was trying to get me to do it. But in all reality, this is what's been going on. I'm not dealing with it no more. Like, I'm just not dealing with it. My whole thing is, we came there on pure intentions. I'm gonna allow Bully Man and Knock it to let y'all know when they get a chance to, when they wake up. This is not over. I'm telling you that right now. So just make sure you share this shit out, please. Because in all reality, bro, my skin is black with dreads on it. That motherfuckers ain't gonna listen to anything I gotta say as it is, bro. But in all reality, everything I'm saying is truthful. And we have mad proof. Mad fucking proof. As soon as I came to her crib, I seen nothing but pill bottles on the floor. I had to literally clean her entire crib. And she gonna go ahead and say she gonna try to charge us for trespassing when you allowed us to come. I have plenty of messages. So
this is fire. This is fire. This is straight finessing, chat. Yo, she is running game on them. So when you come from out of town, you're going straight into the lion's den. You are food for them, chat, okay? Any artist that comes from out of town and goes to perform somewhere else, just know that you looked at as food from a lot of people. A lot of people do not mean you well. They're preying on your downfall. They trying to get your clout. They trying to get your money. And that's just a lesson that a lot of indie artists, a lot of underground artists just coming up out the mud learn the hard way. So what we seeing right here is a lesson that a lot of artists learn and they never actually speak about because they too embarrassed to talk about, bruh. But this is somebody right here, he actually got a lot of heart for coming on the internet and talking about this. As much as Quantum is clowning him for snitching on the plug, he actually got a lot of heart for coming and talking about how he got slimed out, because this actually does happen to a lot of underground indie artists.
He basically felt like he was getting R-worded, even though like nothing physically was happening to him. And she was also like, and he was also like, yo, this is a junkie, like, you know, this is not a, you know. So she's just the junkie trying to get them to do stuff, you know. If a dude was doing this, bro, like imagine an underground rapper was doing this, they would be like, people would, yeah, obviously they would be canceled because they're deserved. If like a man in general was doing this, like people would, you'd be like, yo, this is so messed up, like this is crazy. But since it's a woman, basically what he's trying to say is like, none of y'all are having sympathy. And he's like, yo, this is really messed up, and you know, people are just wilding. And I'll say that, and I'll show that later. But anyways, here's what he went on to say: men get abused on the low every day. Just know I'm a voice for y'all. I've been A-worded for
Lil
years,
Durk now.
never said anything. We go through it too. Just hope y'all understand and shine light on it like you do for the women out there. Anyways, by the way, if you didn't know, she has like a following. Like, they were on Kick and stuff, and I think they were on TikTok, and they were cool, apparently. I mean, 5 viewers. I don't know about networking, bro, but to be honest, I think they were just trying to get a free place to stay. But anyways, underground rap Twitter was let's just say not being very kind towards them. So here's what one person posted: suburban demons Squillo and Bullymon kidnapped by white woman. Here's what some of the comments said: you're welcome. Looks like somebody got raw dogged. Okay, that's crazy. Come on, guys. And I'm not even gonna like laugh. That's just because of what happened. Bullymon then said, man, y'all crazy if you think this girl did anything to me, but it doesn't sound like anyone.
It don't sound good. She was definitely beating on somebody.
The Brooklyn Yeti said, that's what your man said, little bro. Who's lying? So he basically said, yo, Squillo said this. How could he be lying? He also tweeted it and said, yo, I'm just exposing a situation that happened with another person. Like, it wasn't there, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to help our bro out. Like, you know, I guess kind of keep your ego aside. All right. And afterwards, he stayed on his Twitter. And after all the hate and people just like clowning on him, he basically just said, I'm off this though. It shows how messed up the world really is. I tried telling you, and y'all think because of my music this stuff can't happen to anybody, but y'all won. You will see later he does come back, but it's just like, you know. And I will be honest, bro, like, dude, they do kind of have like a point here, bro. Like, here's what this one dude said, the Brooklyn Yeti. He said, can somebody explain to me how Squillo and Bullymon post their gun collection on a daily basis but allegedly got kidnapped and A-worded by a middle-aged white woman?
Listen,
Someone
anybody
said,
can get caught lacking though. And that's what y'all fail to realize. Anybody can get caught lacking. Just because you post guns on the internet, just because you got a sweet-ass gun collection, doesn't mean that you can't get upped on at any given moment. She didn't necessarily have a gun up on her, but she had her intellect. And sometimes that's enough to catch somebody lacking type shit.
Thank you for saying what I was going to. They not beating the suburban allegations. One person said, because their Glocks are only for Instagram reels and trillers. One person said, like, I'm trying to be nice because it ain't funny, but seeing this and that happening to them is just hilarious. All right. As you can see, she's on TikTok live with 500 viewers, so she had some clout. And you know, people just continued to clown on them because of this girl. Someone said, Squillo and Bullymon probably inside the left or cuffed butt. I'm not gonna read that word.
And she needs to drop a mixtape.
Why would you say that, bro? A lot of other people were saying she was bad. Yeah, I don't know about that. Someone said she looked like Richthofen and Doofenshmirtz combined. There's also a video of the apartment, which I will play as well, and unfortunately I have to censor a lot of what he says, but as you can see, it's super dirty, and I'm gonna just play the apartment video right now.
Kick though, back up. Oh yeah, this is my crib now. It's my crib now. Where my shit at? Kick door. Kick door.
Hey, this remind me of that meme with like Goofy's son, and it's like, you live here?
Yeah, what's up?
Look that shit
What's
up on the
happening?
side.
Look at this dirty bathroom, nigga. Are you kidding me? This is what this wanted us to stay in. Look at this foreign Tobbs, right? Foreign Tobbs, right? This Tobbs room, right? Okay, yeah, kick the door, nigga. All this that shit, nigga.
Yeah, this Tobbs, bro. This Tobbs. Up tops. See this meme. Yeah. You can't be out here exposing her after you get hoed, though. You should have exposed her when you was getting hoed out, bro. You on camera getting hit, and now you want to come spin the block weeks later? Nah, bro, this ain't gangster. This ain't gangster at all.
It's super, super, super dirty, bro. It's like, yeah, she's definitely a junkie. Someone said the whole thing reminds me of something that would happen to Slay World. Speaking of Slay World, they are totally right, because the exact thing did happen to Slay World. Basically, if you didn't know, Summers was staying in an Airbnb in Houston, I believe, with his friends. His friends invited this woman or lady.
We've seen this before.
Gabby came over, was wilding. She got kicked out. She somehow got in the next day, broke Summer's window, broke her TV, started screaming. There was like this whole scene caused on Instagram Live. The next day, one of Summer's female friends gave her the beats, and she became a meme. She got a mugshot. She now does content, wink wink, and yeah. So
a lot of female groupies be like this, y'all. A lot of groupies be like this. I had a groupie situation where they definitely tried to finesse Quantum, and it didn't work on Quantum, and then they went to Quantum's friend and finessed them. It was crazy. But yeah, a lot of people have like real mental health issues, and us being the artists, we look by that sometimes because we're like, oh man, they rocking with us heavy, they're our fans, whoa, this and that. But you really got to keep some of these fans at a distance because they will insert themselves into your life, and it could become hell.
It kind of has happened, so anyways, after all of this, there actually were a lot of people sympathizing with them. So one person said, comments are disgusting and people who are making fun of them are scum of the earth. Another person said, y'all are really making fun of a really messed up situation, like this not even funny. And there's some more. Another person also explained that if Squillo used a gun on that woman, he would have gotten 25 to life. Yeah, it would have been really, 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 really bad.
They don't take all that though.
Another person said, truth be told, Squillo makes fun of people for having drug addictions and STDs. I have no sympathy for this e-thug. I don't know about that, but it's not looking good. Afterwards, there's also this video where there are more allegations. I'll explain to you how it all ended up. Basically, the girl, and he calls her a pig, said she tried to take a black man down with her, and basically the video, which I'm about to play, it's just like 2 seconds long.
Bro, I'll get pulled over.
She basically says, I will get pulled over, because I guess she knows they have contraband or whatever, and she's like, I'll get pulled over and I'll make sure you guys get arrested. So she's like blackmailing them, which is messed up. And basically she got arrested for a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to blur her address and her name. It looks like she's 25 years old, and she got arrested for multiple charges. One case of traffic violation, possession of funny grass, possession of candy, more possession of candy, and simple battery. And
simple battery is wild.
Was like 9K. And someone said, well, I guess that didn't take long anyway, but free TMF clothes at her house because I guess she locked him out. I would never lie to y'all. Just know my intentions always been pure, always. I just don't know why she made us go through the hell we did. But this proof in the pudding, she crazy, and whole time her license was suspended. So she was trying to get pulled over and her license was suspended. So basically the girl just got out of jail and she made a statement, and this is what she said. So if you hear that, she basically admits, yo, I took his phone, but they were being really weird too. They were annoying me. I want some space for them. It looks like she's guilty still, but here's what the comments said. One person said, free her. Another person said, should have gave her the can special. Okay, bro. And it's a bunch of other stuff that's just like silly, and I'm just not gonna take it seriously, but I just wanted to put her like statement out on the internet, not on the internet, in the video. By the way, I'm just gonna be putting in Tukin's parts in the middle, like wherever they see fit, wherever I see fit, or whatever just makes sense to put it there.
Yo, what's up, y'all? So look, all jokes aside, even though this a crazy situation, like you've never seen this in the underground before, like niggas is getting kidnapped for. Can I say the N-word? I don't know. Look, yo, put the picture of her up on the screen right now, bro. Look, the mugshot one too. Look, if you see a white girl that look like this, bro, skinny ass lips, curly hair full, like she look like she used natural oils, like she look crazy as hell. You should never be in this situation, bro. As an underground rapper, bro, you gotta watch out for two things. It's becoming corny and crazy white females, for like, it's just crazy. Straight kidnapped them for it. But look, it's not funny. Now look, Squillo and Bullymon, they came out, they said, we did not get kidnapped. We too tough to get kidnapped. We did not get kidnapped. On everything, we did not get kidnapped. They said it was one of their homeboys, pretty much. They went over there. She was on some weird stuff, like, I mean, she old for, like, and low-key their kids for. Low-key their kids. So, like, of course she feeding them drugs and shit, trying to turn up. She one of those white girls. She overly turned, like, you gotta get up out of there, fool. Like, I'm already done. They left their homeboy to fend for himself. Shit. So
Yo. This is what I was telling you though. You know, at some point, real nigga instincts gotta kick in, and you gotta get up out of there, bro. Fight or flight. Alright? Homie chose flight, and one of them just stayed there, and I guess he just like froze up type shit. But it is what it is. Real niggas gonna analyze the situation to realize, hey, we kind of being taken advantage of right now, and you got to make a decision. Are you going for it, or are you about to, resist that?
I don't know, bro. Crazy situation. She came out. She dropped her. She just got out of jail. She dropped her response. In the response, I think she was high in the response. I don't know what she like. She basically said nothing in the response, like stumbling over words. Like, I don't know, bro. She probably kidnapped her, bro. Like, oh yeah, I forgot to say, she also, a lot of people know her from singing Glock 40 Spaz lyrics on TikTok. So she really get down like that. Like, the lyrics got to her head, and now she kidnapping people. She really get down like that. At the end of the day, Olivia really get down like that. Let's start there. Like, do we gotta go there? Look, Olivia Tobias. That's a crazy name, bro. Like, everything about shorty is crazy. I'm scrolling through her IG. Like, that's one of them you gotta block. You gotta block right when you see it, bro.
Facts.
But yeah, crazy situation. Glad everybody made it out. Wouldn't want to actually, document. That's some Criminal Minds stuff, real stuff. She got a niche too, like a niche, like underground rappers. That's her niche. But those are her victims, her choice per se. But yeah, glad everybody, got up out of there safe and stuff. She ain't really had a career anyway, so yeah. It's your boy talking on everything, all platforms, and I'm out. So I'm trying not to cuss. I'm out this hoe, man. I'm out this hoe.
The whole situation was just kind of random and like really crazy. Like, first of all, I will say it's a super serious situation. So like, what happened to them, like getting kidnapped, like that's no joke. I don't know if anyone's ever been alone or ever traveled alone. Like, it's not. I'm not saying you should be like shaking in your boots, but like a situation like that could really mess somebody up, So yeah,
Facts.
She's definitely super messed up. Of course, they're not really. It wasn't really a great idea for them to just stay with a random woman that you have no. Like, okay, if there's a random white girl who's known for like making Glock 40 Spaz TikToks and going live to Glock 40 Spaz music and all this, like, and this is nothing against Glock 40 Spaz, but it's just like, that's not like a red flag to you. And then anyways, I guess they didn't know how bad it was, but they seemed cool and stuff, and I guess they're really just young men trying to pursue their careers and grind, and you can kind of tell they were never super comfortable with the whole situation, but I guess they just needed a place to stay. They wanted to throw a show, and they're just trying to like push themselves up. So I feel like if anything, it just shows that they're definitely gonna become successful. Like, Squillo is kind of going hard. He's managing mad people. I think he's managing TMF. He's managing that little kid that's blowing up on Laserdisc type beats. And yeah, he's definitely doing a lot. He produces, he raps, he does a lot. So it definitely shows that they're proactive. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. The weird stuff is definitely the girl. Like, like Tukin said, this is a first like kidnapping someone in the under. Oh my god. Yeah, I would not know. Okay, by the way, she didn't technically kidnap them. Like, she just locked him out and stranded him on a highway. I think that's worse, actually, now that I say it like that. Also, did you guys see that video of the house? Oh my god, bro. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But like, it is what it is, bro. It was yeah, that was not good. That was yeah, that looked pretty.
Yeah, chat. So honestly, as an underground artist, you need to do better and use your discernment when going into situations. Because I know when you get booked out of town, you hype, you lit as hell. You like, damn, bro, we going out of town. We about to have hoes. You on Tinder, you on all those apps, you looking people up. You got a place to stay. Even if you ain't got a place to stay, you need to make sure wherever you crashing at is pristine, bro. You can't be getting in these situations looking like this. Like, damn, bitch, you live like this. There's ants, there's roaches, there's motherfucking mice the size of French bulldogs hopping around. You can't be getting into situations like that, big dog. I want better for you. So that being said, you need to do a little bit better when choosing who you come into contact with out of town. Because, I mean, hey, there's millions of people out here, and not everybody's looking for your best interest at heart. So I want to know how I feel about this in the comments section. You know, did Squillo get hoed? Did he get finessed in the situation? And what would you have done different?
That looked very, very, very ugly. Yeah, I would not wanna see that. It's some disgusting type stuff. It looked like a Discord mods or a Roblox. I don't even know, like a Discord mods residence. Like how messed up and dirty and unorganized it was. It's like, yeah, I can't imagine. And it was like 5 of them living there too. They're just like, what? You know what I mean? I would say another super weird thing too is just that I would say just how they didn't move as a unit. You know, Bullymon was like, oh no, hell no, she didn't touch me. But I feel like it was just ego, not even ego, just his pride, which is nothing wrong with that. What if you're on the internet and a bunch of people start saying you got R-worded by some white girl and you're just like, no, that did not happen, bro. And and the other thing too is, they are they're underground rappers. They're trying to get big, right? So if your whole image is you posting with all these Glocks and this and that and these sticks, it's just and then this happens, it is gonna take away your validity. So that's why, they didn't get hate. People are just okay, you're not Mr. Tough Guy if this happened to you though, which I agree is valid, which is cool, and you can be exposed as not Mr. Tough Guy, and let's be real, they would still beat any of our asses, but it's just it's all, you gotta be I don't know, it's just a tricky
You gotta
situation.
be mentally sound,
yeah,
bro.
I definitely say
they got mentally
their
hold.
image is definitely a little tarnished. If
Facts.
they were more if they're more cognizant of how they looked, which I don't think Squillo cared. I think he was just so enraged and mad and just trying to get his friend help that he just was screw it, I'm gonna take to the internet. They wouldn't have let this be known, because they could have easily just pretend it didn't happen, just dip. But I just think that wasn't an option, probably financially, and just to help his friend out, he had to do it. And it definitely must have been a bit embarrassing for him. He also said that he's been A-worded for years. I don't really know his situations. That's pretty messed up. You can't really laugh at that. The girl too, you gotta be a sick human being. It kind of reminds me of the Viper stuff, but that was for 5 years and he did some horrible things. But someone who's capable of doing stuff like that is crazy. What's also weird is how are you gonna be a white girl so obsessed with black culture and treat black men that way? You know what I mean? It's just your whole popularity on the internet is through making TikToks the Glock 40 spaz, and dudes he's how are you gonna be racist and treat them you know what I mean? It's just super weird. How are you gonna do
We've
that?
seen this before.
Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic to you guys? But yeah, and I'm not gonna go into dissecting what she looks like and this or that. Okay, if you think she looks like this, looks like that, it's up to you, And yeah, anyways, prayers to Squillo, TMF, Bullymon, and Naka. They make good music. There's a lot of people associated with them that are cool too. But anyways, I guess Zaguap is gonna have a field day with this. But thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
Hey, Rashad Bashir made a good point. You do need to move as a unit when you out of town. As underground artists and you moving as a crew, make sure you move as a unit. Make sure that everything you do it in intention and you got your homies back on everything. Because when you get separated, that's the ample time for you to get finessed and get hold. Like I said, you pilgrims on holy land, you going into the lion's den, you food out there, so everybody looking at you ready to get that plate up off your neck, playboy. But let me know how y'all feeling about this in the comments section. Squillo and his homies get holed out of town by a white girl. That being said, we gonna move on to the next video. By the way, I would like to go ahead and plug Wana Sour Gummies. They hooked it up for your boy. They came through with a case of these sour gummies, these 1-to-1 CBD THC dispensary gummies. This is not a paid advertisement. This is just, because they fuck with Quantum and I fuck with them. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a couple of these on camera and we're gonna move into the next video. So next up, we got Jack Doherty. You know how I feel about him. Last video we had, I believe that he was cyber pimping. So we're gonna go ahead and catch up on the latest Jack Doherty news. This one's by Sensitive Society. Let's go ahead and get into it.
happiest I've ever been in my entire life, more than any accomplishment I've ever had. This one right here goes down in history. So over the last few days, I've been collecting many moments from Jack Doherty over the month of April for two reasons. Number one, it will always be fun and entertaining to look at this person, make fun of them, you know, let's just be honest, and just seeing how no one legitimately cares about him. And the second reason is you guys seem to love it. The last time we talked about Jack Doherty was about a month ago, and ever since then a lot of stuff has been happening. I think we should start with the obvious. The reason why I'm so happy is because on April 21st he got banned on Kick, and at the time of this recording it's officially been 4 days since he's been banned. And I don't want to jinx it, but this is probably one of the longest bans anyone has had. And I believe Jack Doherty has been banned before, but he comes back 6 hours later, 12 hours later. It's been 4 days and he's not back. And just to verify it, I went to Jack Doherty's Kick account, live footage right now, 404. Oops, it went wrong. And you might be thinking, well, sensitive, why did he get banned? Did he show off his wiener? Was he assaulting someone? No, the reason why he got banned is for doxing someone.
Oh, yo, go get some right now. No. Yeah?
Got his ass up out of here, chat. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
This is how we do it.
Cause what? Show what?
It wasn't even Jack Doherty. It was one of the homies. I love
Jack
it.
Doherty party
I love
is
it.
much worse than a TikTok Wrist Ohio Sigma male party. 99% of the people who go to these parties are OnlyFans girls, are people, content creators who just want to leech off him for clout, pretend to be his friend, be like, yo Jack, let's do something, let's collab, get me clouted up. Like, sure, he gets billions of
Y'all
views,
think she knew
but
what she was
most of them
doing,
come
chat?
from YouTube Shorts. And then he tweeted this: LMAO, Lil Bro Sam Bond, which is another Kick streamer, getting banned next. And here Jack shares a conversation between him and some random person, and they say, funny thing is that they leaked the girl's number first and they didn't get banned. That did not age well, because just a few hours later he got banned. Jack tweeted, smoking on that irrelevant pack. And the official reason why they got suspended is because of doxing. I'm lucky surprised Jack has been banned for almost a week, and I think it should stay that way. It's not only the doxing, it's everything else. It's the harassing old people, innocent people, being a menace, being annoying, just being, how do I say this without getting demonetized and without going homeless? He's a prick. He's an entitled, douchey prick who had this coming, and I truly do believe this whole situation was going to be finished in two ways. Number one, being banned and being unable to live stream, because if Jack goes on Twitch or on YouTube, good luck with that. You're not going to survive. The other way I saw Jack going out is someone was going to have enough. He was going to pick on the wrong person. It was just a matter of time before he got either banned or someone was going to assault him. And ever since,
Honestly, I think that the call is coming from inside of the house. I think that his own cybernetic pimping led to his downfall, okay? You know, the last video you saw Quantum speak about Jack Doherty, he was on his, you know, Ruben Slick pimp type shit. His, his pimp name Slipback. And honestly, it looks like one of the OnlyFans girls was the one that was doxing somebody on his stream, which led to him getting banned from Kick. So, that being said, well deserved in Quantum's opinion. Hey, let's give it up to Jack Doherty. Yeah, he's outdone himself with this one. Completely outdone himself.
since then, he's been running with this whole thing of being poor because he doesn't stream anymore. And there's a lot of people who believe this is real. And I'm like, have you not seen Neon or Jack Doherty? And this is honestly some of the worst acting I have ever seen in my entire life. And I am not exaggerating.
Doherty and economy?
Dude, for real?
Bro, I thought you were rich. Like, you're in the middle of the seat, the back of the plane. Like, what's going on?
I'm saving money, bro. Go, get off the plane.
Bro's down bad. Bro's down bad.
A totally not scripted moment. You can just tell. I mean, I feel silly just analyzing this, but just look. Here we have Jack Doherty. He's already looking before the guy talks. Jack Doherty has admitted multiple times that he makes millions. Unless he's lying, he's admitted to making millions of dollars. And most of his money does come from OF girls. They have a pretty shitty deal, and Jack Doherty takes 90% of the cut, if not more. That's how he makes most of his money. I mean, just 2 weeks ago, he made a video called "I bought a $10 million LA mansion. I almost died. We broke up. I saw this and I cried for like 4 hours straight. I just couldn't. I couldn't believe that Jack Doherty broke up. Truly heartbreaking. My girlfriend bought me a Ferrari. Someone stole my Lamborghini. A tree destroyed my house. This guy just has the worst luck possible. I bought my dream $10 million home. I got robbed. I mean, he already made a video called I Almost Died. He just needs a video to be called I Died. He'll have the worst month of all time. Like in a month, he got robbed, he got arrested, he went to the hospital, he almost died, he broke up, they stole his Lamborghini. How does this guy do it? He's one of God's bravest soldiers. He apparently got caught lacking again. This is from yesterday.
Is that Jack Doherty flying Spirit?
Flying Spirit.
I didn't realize you were that broke. Money's not hitting after you got banned, eh?
I feel bad for this woman right here. What the fuck is going on? We're like 20,000 feet in the air. I don't have time for your BS. Hopefully one day it becomes legal to throw out influencers if they become too annoying. Like just pop that shit, throw them out, give them a parachute, just get them going. Because otherwise you're stuck with them. And this is what happens.
Yo, Jack! Fuck the Island Boys! Who the hell is that guy? Come on! They kissing each other, they brothers, man! I'm trying to hit on some hoes! I'm salty! Let's go! Who's trying to go to Coachella get lit tonight? Hey, it's for tomorrow. Oh,
Bruh.
I live in America, and I'm a motherfucking rock star, bitch!
Am I the only one who doesn't find this funny? Maybe I'm just older. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys find this funny? I just find it annoying. And I don't want to turn into an old man yelling at the sky. I don't want to turn into that. Especially if it's a long flight, 6, 7, 8 hours. It's like, brother, I just want to get home. I don't want to deal with some fucking loser cloud chaser. He tweeted this: I got pressed on the plane and now the cops are here.
Guys, some guy tried to press me on the plane and try to fight me. And look, now the cops are here for him. Whew, sounds like a no fly list to me, huh?
I truly hope this whole little goofy, dank prank, I truly hope it didn't disturb everyone else and their trip to wherever they were going. I hope the plane wasn't held back because of these fucking goofballs. And it's like, people have stuff to you. You don't know the reason why people are flying. Some of them might have a family emergency. Some may not. They just want to get to their destination. After that, you shouldn't even be allowed near a plane.
Yo, Jack! Fuck the Island Boys! Who the hell is that guy? Come on! They kissing each other, they brothers!
This guy and his wife. If this is fake, I hope everyone got at least $1,000 for participating in this dumbass video. Would I be surprised if all of this was real and he held the plane back for a silly 60-second TikTok? No, I would not be surprised. I truly believe Jack Doherty doesn't care about anyone else but himself. I think he's someone extremely cancerous who needs to be taken care of. I hope the ban stays. I hope they don't lift it. Because they've given Jack quite a few warnings. Jack has broke their TOS multiple.
Sensitive society ready to push the button on Jack Doherty, alright? He said he needs to be taken care of. That's some pretty heavy words. By the way, I do have my boy Nucky Jebediah Barksdale right here. You know, just in case things pop off. I got my #1 main nigga on the trigger right here. You dig? No diddy.
Times.
Sorry. Hey guys, it's not going well. Stop. Oh no.
You know what? If I was on this plane and there was this annoying douchey influencer and he was bothering everyone, disturbing the peace. If I was a passenger and I had a pretty shitty day and now there's a douchebag influencer next to me, I think at that point I would just recreate 9/11.
Alright, chat, how we feeling? Jack Doherty taking another L, getting banned from Kick. Honestly, he'll be back. They always come back. This is just a money grab. You know, funds are low. He can't stream. Honestly, most streamers love to get a little break from time to time. So honestly, I don't think that he's sweating this. I think he's going to be back by next week. But hey, Quantum needs some content. So here we are. Shouts out to Sensitive Society for the new vid. But let's go ahead, keep it moving and grooving. Next up, we got Kanye entering his Gooner arc. We're getting a little bit of news on the streets that Kanye West starting a porn business?
Kanye's doing corn. He went back to the country. Let me get my country hat. Kanye's doing corn. Y'all hear me? Kanye's doing corn. This is from the J Stream.
I got my Frenchie snoring behind me, by the way, and then I got another one right here on my lap that could also be potentially snoring. So if you hear a little bit of nasally stuff going on, that is what's going on.
And y'all know what the actual word is, but I can't say it because it'll get demonetized. But
off tops,
I don't know what he's doing. It contradicts everything that he's been about since a few years ago when he turned into a diehard Christian, where one, in the interview that we watched last night on stream, he was quite literally saying he was God. And yeah, I get it. Like, you know, to be a successful male, a lot of times you got to be narcissistic. I personally, you know, I think I'm a baller. I wouldn't say I'm the best person on this planet or like the, you know, smartest or strongest or whatever. But like, hey, I believe in myself. I got self-confidence. And so I feel like that is valuable. But he might be trolling about I am God. But in the interview, if you go through it again, like at the very end, he's like, nah, like seriously, I am God. And like, again, that goes against the Christian faith to say you are God, because you are supposed to, like it's a sin. You are supposed to look up to a higher being and pray to them. And then in addition to that, now he's starting a porn studio. Oh, I said it, whatever. It's already demonetized by this point. Now he is starting his own porn studio for Yeezy. Now it kind of makes sense
Yeezy
because look at his wife, look at Kim K. How did Kim K, his previous wife, get famous from a sex tape with Ray J? And then Bianca Censori, his current wife, she's famous because he shows off her hella tiggle bitties.
And like, mommy milkers. You think that Kanye's gonna do an Adam 22 situation here? Because honestly, just bring the bleach now. Put it in my eyes, because I do not need to see Ye in any type of corn video at all, bro. I don't need to see that at all. But that being said, who are going to be the male actors? I know it's not going to be female on female the whole time. So, you know, this is a question that Quantum needs answered.
Like making her basically wear nothing in public or see-through. But now it kind of, again, it like all kind of funnels down to this one last theme of Kanye is a porn addict and now he's starting a studio. Now there were rumors, I believe, that he has showed to Adidas like porn to the music or to the executives to show something of his like creative direction of Yeezys. Now,
I heard that.
Quote me on that, or don't quote me on that. I mean, like, you can go find out. Just look it up on the internet. It's somewhere on Reddit.
Weird, bruh.
And then, in addition to that, allegedly, when he records in the studio, he literally just puts on porn, which I could see the vibe, you know, especially if you're with Ty Dolla $ign, who literally is an R&B singer, and that's what most of his music is about, like banging hoes, but like in a sensual way.
Is this not Kanye and his Gooner arc chat?
Romantic, but let's just read the article by TMZ
Going full Gooner.
just to get the full scoop. So, plans to launch Yeezy porn could be coming soon. Kanye West has the sights on a new business venture, and it's all about people having sex on camera. So, porn. He's turned it into Adam 22. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, watch him 3 years from now. Let another man bang his wife on camera. It very well might happen. I mean, it seems as though he's trying to portray that brand, because look, she's like the face of the brand, he and her. She's sexy and all. I can't lie. That's no disrespect. But she's naked in all the paparazzi photos. So like, hey, what better person to be the first character in your porn scenes, you know? I'll step in, you know, I'll volunteer. Shit, you ain't gotta pay me. The guy's looking to professionally dive into porn at long last, TMZ has learned. A rep for Yeezy tells TMZ Ye's been kicking around the idea of launching his own pornography studio and brand for a while, and now we're told he seems dead set on doing it. because he and his partners are in advanced talks to actually get something up and running. We're told Kanye and company have been talking about building an entire Yeezy porn studio, which would be part of a broader adult entertainment division at the parent Yeezy company. In order to get it going, the rep tells us Kanye has been talking to Stormy Daniels' ex-husband, Mike Moss. Isn't that...
So, from my understanding, this man Ye went from building schools, okay? Ye Academy. Building literal buildings, bruh. Okay? Like neighborhoods type shit. And now he's says, fuck the school. I'm getting into porn. And I'm supposed to support it, bruh? Okay, I've been waiting on my Yeezy Pods for 3 months, going on 4 months, yay. And I'm supposed to support your pornography endeavor, my nigga? Jesus Walks Kanye West? Donda Kanye West? Yay, bruh. Like, I be walking with you, bruh. Like, but sometimes it's hard. No Diddy. Like, no Diddy. Sometimes it's hard, bro. And this is, I don't necessarily say I'm drawing the line here, but I might have to see some mock-up concept models before I'm ready to co-sign this, bruh. Because, like, honestly, Ye's vision in the past has always been on point. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, he is a creative genius. He's a visionary. Some of the things and the concepts I've seen come from him, I didn't necessarily think I'd like it first. And over time, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm rocking with this. So maybe he's got an eye for porn that we just don't have. You feel me? Maybe it's going to be some revolutionary porn that we never seen before. Corn. Maybe it's going to be some VR corn where we in the middle of it and we fucking the bitch. Honestly, maybe I'm just being a prude here and I just need to give it a chance. You know, maybe I just need to go ahead and give it a chance.
Isn't Stormy Daniels the one that got exposed, or she exposed for banging Trump? So I don't know if this is the best person to be doing stuff with, but I guess it's her ex-husband, so he hates her too. A vet in the porn biz to help shepherd the whole thing as the head of the new Yeezy wing. Now, again,
I will say that one of the arguments in the past has been about how Kim Kardashian is not good to be a mother because of her history with porn. But now we have Kanye West, porn director, being a father. Is there a double standard here? Is there a double standard here, guys? Like, is this not the same thing? So yeah, I just want to, how do you feel about this, Chad? How are you feeling about Kanye directing porn?
He's supposed to be like a born-again Christian, and he's supposed to be God. He's supposed to be, or he believes himself to be, a mentor to people, or like something to look up to. At least that's what he portrays himself, or how I interpret it. And now he's launching a porn studio, which goes against completely his religion. You're not even supposed to have sex before marriage, unless, you know, maybe on camera they sign a waiver like, are you married? Checkbox 1. If you are, okay, you're good to go. But I bet in the Christian religion, you're not supposed to be fucking on camera either.
Where does he stand with
so
birth
again,
control?
it's just blatant hypocrisy. I'm not necessarily hating on it. Like, you do you. I think the main motivation.
When he was Ye was a politician a couple years ago, and he was severely against abortion. So where does he stand with birth control in the porn industry? I know there's got to be some conflicting views there because, bruh. Somebody need to sit down with Kanye and have a real ass interview, boy. Cause that Justin the Boy interview I saw, nah, that wasn't it. They wasn't asking hard hitting questions.
For Kanye is that,
so I need to ask him some real ass questions,
as
bruh.
he's learning, might not be as good of a moneymaker as other ventures, such as, that's why, like, how did he become a billionaire? Yes, music got his brand to be really big, but then it was the clothes, it was Yeezy, the valuation of the company, and then working with Adidas. Okay, so that was number one. And then number two, like, porn. What are Americans, actually just the whole world, what is the whole world addicted to? Porn. How much money does Adam 22 make? And shit, he might even He might even come up with his own like exclusive company or website that you have to get access to by buying a subscription. I couldn't imagine him putting it on Pornhub. So he's probably going to be making bands off that too. And then the valuation of that, this might be his thing where he's trying to go more than just a billionaire. He's trying to become a trillionaire. So that's where I see his mind is going. But again, it's just blatant hypocrisy, contradicting his entire faith and his ideology, which I don't know how you can come back from. But Kanye fans will still fuck with it. It's not that I don't fuck with it. I just don't like hypocrisy, especially at this level, because everyone's a hypocrite. But again, I think it's just a money-making venture, because again, music might not be making as much. Porn, although the thing is, with all the Diddy allegations going on, is it really good to get yourself involved in such a business that is involved in like sex trafficking and harsh conditions, right? Like you can get exposed for some heinous things that you can't come back from. Actually, you can even get criminal investigations. So I think it's very dangerous. He's skirting the line. Is a gray area. I don't think he should get involved, but I get it. Like he's just trying to make that bag. But at a certain level, if I was Kanye's level of money, I'd just go retire, bro. Fuck all the controversy. Fuck all the headlines about me trying to take me down. I'm out here. I'm out of here. I'm just gonna go on a beach and sip pina coladas all day. I won't even care.
Honestly, I'm starting to see a trend. We saw Jack Doherty a couple weeks ago on the human trafficking arc. Okay, now Kanye West is entering his GOONER / human trafficking arc. Is the human trafficking bag just that big, y'all? Like, is it really that worth it? Because it seemed like everybody doing it. Y'all.
Care. Plus, he has got a hot wife. He can just go bang her. He doesn't even need to watch it. But it's honestly more than just the money. I feel like it might have to do with him just being a fucking porn addict. Because why else would you want to start a porn studio? Like, eventually I want to start a record label. Yeah, of course I want to make money, but also I just want to be involved in the creative process of, making music, because I'm not myself an artist. But it'd be cool to like dive behind the scenes of that. So with him, he already did that, but to create a whole studio, you got to be passionate about it, especially if you at this level. Like, it's not like you're trying to get out of the mud. Like, he's just trying to perform or execute some of his hobbies at the highest level. So yeah, he's just a porn addict. I can't condone this. The Yay Hub, am I gonna do it with Bella for a feature on Yeezy Corn for $1 million? Would I do it for $1 million? Honestly, nah. I feel like $1 million isn't enough. I feel like I'm already there. I don't need that. I feel like I'm comfortable in life. Like, I got everything that I want. Now it's just extra shit. I don't need to put my dick online, or even my girl. It's more my girl. Like, I don't care if my dick's online, but my girl's vagine? Hell nah.
Yeah, how we feeling about this Yay Corn Company, chat? I feel like Ye just be saying shit though. Like, I don't know if this is necessarily legit, but to see the man go from Donda Academy, okay, the children's school, him basically calling himself a god literally 2 days ago, to moving into what some consider demonic territory with the corn industry. There's a little hypocrisy there. Can't hold you. A little hypocrisy there. Alright. I'm gonna let him cook though. I want to see what the Yay Corn Company has to offer, because maybe he has a vision that we haven't necessarily seen yet. And me, I'm open to new things, no Diddy. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Ye, some grace. And as long as the man isn't running for president and doing more political things, and as long as the man sends me my Yeezy pods, I think we good, bro. I think we good. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and switch lanes from this one, and we're gonna move into our next topic. That one is cost maxing in fashion. Yep, moving into the fashion lane. You trying to save some money? Hey, I got one from Frugal Aesthetic here. We're gonna go ahead and get into it right now. That being said, like, subscribe, all that. We got a subscriber goal up here, and we got a Frenchie right down here.
Of maxing out the monetary value of something in hopes it will proportionately improve its socially perceived value. All right, guys, let's just get to the point. This is my most expensive outfit. All my years of being frugal aesthetic, I've decided to come clean finally. I'm a fraud. Before I break down the price of this, do I look good? But be honest though, because I already spent a lot of money, and it would suck if I didn't look good.
It's like a $20,000 fit, chat. Look at the chrome hearts. Look at all the chrome hearts.
Because I spent a lot of money, and it would really suck to spend a lot of money just for the fit to not give anything. You know what I mean? Spending all that money and then not looking good. Imagine that.
Yo, bro, how much for the fit?
Yo, so hat, easy about 1400. Damn. Something light. Glasses, can't see without them. Got no vision without them, 1200. You know?
Okay.
What am I supposed to do? So chain, I don't even want to talk about this.
Some slight.
Talk about that. Damn. You gotta know about this one. So Laurel Piana cashmere sweater. It's about something like 2500. Damn. Something easy. And you already know what's good, bro. You see that? He is risen. You know what I'm saying?
The chromie. Yeah.
Happy Easter. First of all, happy Easter. You know, $12,000.
Let's go.
Damn. Something easy, you know. But right here, this is where we
17 Rizaks.
Now
add it up. We pocket watching it today, chat. Yeah, add it up.
What am I wearing, man? Like, what am I even wearing?
But bro, you look good though. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but like, do you see what I'm like? What is the point of this? It just so much. For what though?
But bro, you look good.
I just like lost. I like lost all of my relatability and like.
But bro, you look good. But bro, you look good.
Man, you know, the thought of me losing my relatability keeps me up at night. But just know that I am not losing any sleep thanks to the sponsor of this video, Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding customized to your needs.
I ain't going out like that. We ain't going outside, bruh. You could block the ads with the ad blockers.
Idling. It's like the ultimate situation, which is the firmest mattress for a whole size too small for your whole life.
Back it up.
Mattress for stomach and side sleepers. And since getting something tailored specifically for me, it has been ridiculous, man. Like, imagine you've been wearing your shoes like a whole size too small for your whole life. So you thought that was just how it was supposed to be?
He's still going.
Today's video. I'll be honest, guys. I don't even know if this is a real term. I just made this up. But it makes complete sense, though. People maxing out the cost of the fit in hopes that it maxes out the perceived drip rating. This just makes it makes sense though. The word makes sense. Who says you can't invent words though? Like, who invented the word nevertheless? Cause that's some bullshit if we're being completely honest, whoever made that up. But it makes sense though. So we just roll with it. So I feel like cost maxing has always been around in fashion. It's just inherently a part of the game. We all do it to an extent. How can we not? Like, personally, I feel like I always look and feel better in a pair of luxury Margiela Gats compared to some basic middle class Honda Civic ass Sambas, you know? Okay guys, come on. You're acting like we don't all think like this. Guys, let's just be honest. This is a safe space. We all think like this. I would personally rather cry in a Ferrari, you know what I mean? But this way of thinking is orchestrated by design. We do it to ourselves, really. This is just basic human behavior. Like, for example, right, when a club has a cover, and then let's say this club's cover is like $5, and it's like, whatever, man, like, I don't even really think about it too much. I'm like, $5 for a cover, yeah, cool. I guess I'm gonna have to work for my fun tonight, you know? I'm gonna have to go make things happen inside the club for it to be a movie. But then, if a club has like a
$40 cover, right? Then you're like, okay, cool. If I pay this $40 because I'm paying so much monies, I'm gonna have a exponentially better time than that $5 club. The potential to have fun is so much higher because I'm paying all this money. When in reality, both clubs are gonna look like this regardless. Except the difference is, I paid $40 for this one. But at least I thought I was gonna have a good time because I was paying a premium. So then the time better be premium, you know? And I had a fucking premium time, man. Premium time, standing up against the wall the whole night, checking the fucking weather app. Anyways, with clothes, right? There's a similar mentality with this, where we kind of just piggyback price with experience. I think it's safe to say for the most part, everyone is aware of the idea that price does not equal style. Expensive doesn't equal stylish. Money can't buy style. We all know this. We love saying this. It's one of our favorite talking points to make an excuse as to why we're broke. It is the most valid thing that you can think about. But this way of thinking only works when we're looking at other people though. Like for example, Riley, you can look at a basketball player's tunnel outfits and be like, obviously brother, money can't buy style. Style, price does not equal style. But then as soon as you have the opportunity to buy something stupid for yourself, who feels called out right now? Who's bought something stupid knowing that it's expensive and you're just, I'm gonna buy it because I'm gonna look so good, even though now you're the fucking basketball player in the tunnel. Fucking Tony Snell numbers too. Anyways, whatever, this way of thinking, fucking money can't buy style, that's old news, we get it. But even this part right here, this word, our favorite word, you guys don't even, who even cares about this? But even the premium price scapegoat talking point of quality, right? This can all be an illusion sometimes. And I did not pull up to this recording empty-handed. I came with research and receipts. So I feel like one of the things that gets away with just being priced so high is denim. And I get it, you know, there's a lot that goes into it, whatever. Anyway, which pair here is $40 and then which pair is $400? We really care about how something is presented visually, don't we? It's fashion. Do you have your answer?
One
because
left is
I'm gonna just ruin
$400.
your whole day, and you're wrong. Because both of these were $10 on Grailed, right?
Damn.
And that's what I'm saying, though. Like, the timeline of Eve biting the fruit to me looking like this is insane. Anyways, denim, right? What is going on here? For research purposes, I wanted to get to the bottom of this, so I bought a pair of Premier jeans from one of the hottest brands out now, who I will keep anonymous because I really like what they're doing and I don't want to burn that bridge, and I feel like I've been burning bridges all fucking video. Anyways, this pair right here ran me about $500.
Okay. Half a rack. It's kind of drippy.
Oh my god. But for $500, I feel like we can expect the highest level of style, feel, experience, and most importantly, quality. If you say quality enough, it starts to not even make any. Okay, but which for the first two talking points, the style and feel, right? It's nice.
Breathable,
it's about as nice. It's a pair of denim. What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to be feeling? But like I was saying, it's a pair of denim. This is $500, or it could not be $500, and it could be a $10 Grailed listing. I could be lying to you. And how would you even know? But no, these were actually $500. Here's the receipt. Oh, bro. Okay, but now, quality. As we've said a million times, you see where this is going. Let me show you something really quick. So this has never happened to me with a pair of jeans ever in my life. But for whatever reason, the time I buy a $500 pair of jeans, the pockets just absolutely collapse. How does this happen? And then also, I don't know if you noticed, but this is the left pocket, which arguably is the lesser used one. Like, the right pocket is where I keep my phone and where most people keep their phone, so I'm usually in and out of that one.
And this is my issue with designer clothing, bro. Some of the best looking designer clothes have some of the worst ass just presentation put together on the inside, bro. Like, my Gucci shoes hurt my feet the most.
And you saw me at that fucking $40 club, man. Like, my Face ID got more eye contact from me than any other fucking girl at that club, man. The weather in Tokyo's not gonna check itself. Anyways, the left pocket is dedicated to my ID and miscellaneous cargo. So I get in the club and then I never touch the left pocket. And for whatever reason, man, the entire pocket rips, which it low-key sucks. I've only owned this pair for like 2 months. And now I'm starting to see development in the right pocket too. $500 pair of jeans, quality. And I know this is good bits for the video, but genuinely this sucks because now I just can't use my pockets, man. But we would rather cry in a Ferrari. But then what if there's a hole in the roof of the Ferrari now all of a sudden? There's just random holes in the Ferrari. For no reason, there's just holes in the Ferrari, and then it starts raining, and then you got a lot more to cry about, and now you're like, fuck, that Honda Civic is not looking too bad. So if I'm maxing out the cost, and if you're maxing out the cost, who's costing the... Okay, let me take you to the other side of the pond real quick. Let's figure this out. So as you know, I run a brand myself called Raised Online, which I personally had the pleasure of making cool, fun crap for myself, and then have been able to also share it and sell it to you guys. And very soon, we're going to be taking it one up and dropping our most expensive item yet, which is this bomber that I've been teasing for like months. And it's called the Ouroboros, the craziest we've ever made. And don't quote me on this because it's probably going to change based on how cool the marketing ends up being, but it's probably going to be around
$270,
which is not cheap, right? But it's not that expensive.
Not bad.
Like there have been more expensive bombers. I own more expensive bombers, and maybe even you own a more expensive jacket. But the thing is, right, when we're talking about what makes something what price, can your jacket do this? Can your jacket do, can it do this? Can your more expensive jacket do this? Can my more expensive jacket do this? But see, can your more expensive jacket do this? Can your $500 pair of jeans do this? Because mine can. And do they even look as good though? And so you see now, objectively, this jacket can do more than these other bombers. There is more practical value here. It can literally do more for your money. But see, the reason I bring this up is because even showing you all this and having all these objective reasons, I feel like there's no way I'll be able to price it just as high as some of these other guys. I just don't think I'm at that level of perception yet. Even though the Ouroboros on every other bomber in its price category, like these bombers can't do shit. You can wear them one way. The things that justify the price we pay for a piece of clothing is not rational. It's not practical. This cost maxing outfit right here, just there's no reason it needs to be that expensive. Which I promise, I did not forget. I will eventually give you the full number amount of this outfit. I just want to blue balls you guys for a bit for the sake of engagement and retention. I want you to watch to the end of the video. Okay, so now that we're even more aware that cost almost does nothing at this point, and as you saw that I pointed out, it barely even does anything for quality, which if we're thinking about it, how many of you even really care about? There's no way you guys care about it that much. So now knowing this, and knowing that your money is just not even doing as much as you think it is, or as much as you want to rationalize, even knowing all this, I'm still gonna keep spending it. We're still gonna keep spending it. We're gonna keep overpaying for crap that holds no practical or objective value. We're gonna keep doing it, man. We're not gonna stop. There's no reason I should be buying a pair of Gats compared to some Sambas. Except for the fact that I would rather cry in a Ferrari, man. And you wanna know why this is? It's because it is what it is. It's too late. The game has already been established. If you like, it's kind of sad a little bit. It is kind of sad that we spend our hard-earned dollars on what? It's so sad. I don't know. Don't you think it would be a little nice if there was some change? And you know what those motherfuckers say? Be the change you want to see in the world. And then boom, it cuts to the goddamn. All right, so the hat is about $1,400. You know, the glasses about $1,200. Chains about $2,000, easy $2,000. The cashmere lower piano sweater about $2,500. Okay. Hard strip.
What the are you doing in my apartment? How did you get in here? What are you doing in my clothes?
see how easy it was for me to make you guys think I had it like that?
Don't believe everything you see online, kids.
Yeah, because the next time, we're not gonna take it so easy on you guys.
Next time, there won't be a next time.
You got that right.
Alright, chat. Those were Fit Tips, Costs, Maxing in Fashion. Brought to you by my boy Frugal Aesthetic. Go ahead, peep gang. I got one more for y'all before we get up out of here. You feel me? This one is from Stunning Growth Music. This is about Camp Lo, one of my favorite old school 90s hip hop duos. Alright, man, they was like, shit, them, Tribe Called Quest, and Diggable Planets, probably my top 3 back in the day. Man, I thought they was gonna go all the way. That being said, this is about Camp Lo. They were supposed to be next up. What happened? Let's get to it.
Camp Lo, featuring Geechee Suede and Sonny Chiba, Bronx, New York. Today's feature is a rap group from the 90s whose uniqueness you instantly recognized and understood their talent and potential even when their lyrics flew over unprepared heads. Inspired by the blaxploitation film era of the 70s, Camp Lo was easily one of the more slept on and underrated rap acts of their time when it comes to achievement, accolades, fame, and popularity. But real hip-hop and rap fans know what Camp Lo added to the genre and playing field in the 90s at a time no one was doing what they were attempting to as far as incorporating nostalgic sounds and imagery into their presentation, with the rhymes to match that may have even been too advanced for their rise in rap. It's long been debated that their style, specifically Sonny Chiba, inspired Jay-Z's rap style back in those days, who was held as the greatest rapper of all time by many. Hearing and seeing a rap duo like Camp Lo, I can see how their inspiration can be taken very seriously and lead to many imitations of what they were doing. It was fresh, they had their smooth criminal raps down pat, and their own lane where their only competition was being put in the right light and placed in position the masses could see, hear, and most importantly, have time and motivation to decipher their complex intentions on records. When you speak about rap artists that can say they've made anything classic in the 90s, the list goes on, as those days hip-hop was booming with talented artists all hungry to make a name for themselves in the ultra-competitive times, and Camp Lo was right up there. Their song Lucchini, aka This Is It, is still to this day one of the best hip-hop songs of all time, and again, the inspiration you feel in that song is clear in the work of Sean Carter himself, back then when he was still trying to find the next flow to move him up the ladder. It's actually produced by the same producer that worked with Jay-Z on many of his 90s hits like In My Lifetime, Dead Presidents, Feelin' It, and more. Feelin' It, a beat reportedly made for Camp Lo initially, who frequented the same studio and worked with Ski at the time, was able to secure it for himself.
That's true.
This Is It was the lead single from their 1997 Uptown Saturday Night debut album that's also held as a hip-hop classic, perfectly encapsulating the run Camp Lo had from 95 to 97, attempting to make a name for themselves. Many believe they should have been bigger rappers, seeing how original they were, and all they inspired with their flow, cadence, and choice of beats. Yet, most forget how dope Camp Lo was as rappers, who strive to go as far left from the pack as possible. What happened to their rise in rap, and why aren't they remembered for their classic material? Let's talk about it. Salute to Meta_Wave on IG for this request. It's your boy JC Stunner Growth Music. Let's get it, man. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. Camp Lo is a rap group featuring Chiba and Suede, rappers from the Bronx, New York, formed in 1995 when Ski Beats suggested the two get together for a song and things hit off. Their sound and style was much different than anyone were doing at the time, incorporating 70s disco, funk, jazz, and East Coast mafioso rap all into one package. Let's not forget the bars that they were uniquely known for that spoke to Camp Lo being unpredictable even in that sense. They'd quickly signed to Profile Records and released Cooley High, a single that appeared on the soundtrack for the Great White Hype sports comedy film in 1996, starring Samuel L. Jackson. Thereafter, they began work on their debut album they've been cultivating since 1995. Upon release, it instantly became a standout to close out the decade, going gold in the process. Since then, they've experienced an extreme decline in notoriety more than anything. Stunt number 1, limited promotion. Camp Lo's entire existence screams a lack of something that made them fall behind the competition in the golden 90s, and that something was a lack of promotion by their small-time label. The thing about being an original or before your time is it's difficult to find where you either fit in or lead the pack. When I say fit in, I mean not because you're different means that will be taken in a way the powers that be can see and follow your vision. If you aren't specific and precise with how you carry out rolling that out, it can easily be misunderstood or simply passed over for something that's much more easy to decipher because it takes less work. If a record label sees a Jay-Z that has the style, has the bars, and he connects to the streets and time, he's a package ready to be shipped out, whereas Camp Lo's style was going to take a bit more planning and pushing in the face of the masses so they notice the uniqueness of the artist. Once that's done, it all depends how much the fans like what they see and support it through their purchase. But even when that's accomplished, how much did the label spend making Camp Lo household names opposed to what they had to spend making an already packaged and connecting artist like Jay-Z grow onto the fans? While possible, it takes a certain machine to find ways to slow down or make more clear the vision of Camp Lo, and it costs sometimes more than the artist can bring in return. Most labels would much rather work with who's less of a project and can be counted on to play it safe with artists they don't quite understand what to do with. Because of this, Profile Records did what they could do as a smaller label, but in the end, it wasn't always enough to push Camp Lo to the forefront in 90s hip-hop. Wasn't like they didn't try, but again, Camp Lo were originals. It wasn't easy to pinpoint a can't-miss strategy to blow them up more, and they lost ground trying to catch up to artists with major labels behind them, putting them in positions to look bigger than they were in the new shiny suit era. A Camp Lo on a Def Jam at the time, Jive, or Universal directly could have been much more appreciated on a mass level than the limited budget on a Profile Records. Stunt number 2, second album, 5-year delay. Looking back at it, it feels the 90s was one of the great experimentation times in hip-hop where you had so many artists wanting to be a part of this hastily moving train that gave black and brown people one of the few ways out of poverty and dangerous environments. Artists were trying anything to stand out, and while that enhanced an originality that's missing in today's music, it made who just so happens to have a style similar to yours, and he's building a following that believes his every word and can relate to the heavy drug dealing streets popular in that time. After their debut album, Camp Lo earned a chance to release sooner, but issues with the label providing a release date was slow enough that other artists caught up to them and became much more popular. It also hurt they didn't have a song leading up to their Let's Do It Again album that could stand up to the singles on their first, like Lucchini that landed at 27 on the Billboard Top 200 and Top 5 in hip hop and rap. For as long as fans waited for their second album, critically it disappointed and commercially it failed to connect as well. It didn't help they parted ways with Profile and Arista Records after album 1, who had a much bigger budget than Diamond Crook Records, who released Let's Do It Again. In that 5 years, much of their hip-hop fans had moved on to artists that fed them much more often. Stunt number 3, times changed. The early 2000s has to be one of the biggest about-face changes in hip-hop, where almost as soon as the decade began, it drew a line in the sand between what was hot then and what was hot now. The conscious boom-bap sound had all been replaced with whatever jiggy sound that sold more records, as that's what it became about right away, selling records and being as marketable as possible to mainstream. Years into the decade, gangsta rap returned, with 50 Cent stirring the pot and being the biggest rapper in the game from 2001 to about 2003-2004. Coming off the Jay-Z, Nas, On Wax beef, hip-hop wasn't ready for where 50 Cent was looking to take rap beef, but it sure created a change in the East Coast sound to be much more aggressive but also able to sell. This is why 50 Cent had so much success with records like 21 Questions, Magic Stick, and Candy Shop. As the years went by, hip-hop changed completely with snap music, then crunk music, ringtone rap, and swag rap, until the decade closed with Camp Lo and Afterthought because they didn't fit in any of those boxes and were much past their prime appealing physical self or experiences the younger generation would care about. They were essentially stuck in the 90s and time passed them by. It didn't stop them from releasing and touring, putting out 8 albums since their sophomore in 2002, but nothing connected as fans accumulated much more slowly for Camp Lo. The group also changed their name from Camp Lo to The Low for a stretch under hip-hop legend Mr. C's advice, which could have created confusion. All in all, hip-hop heads understand and haven't forgotten Camp Lo. They were significantly important to hip-hop in ways we still may not know, seeing how vast their inspiration effect was. They made a classic debut album, even if the rest of their work continues to be slept on, mainly for these reasons. Salute, much respect. It's your boy JC Stunner Growth Music, and I'm out.
Yeah, squad, I had no idea they dropped, 8 albums? So, like, Uptown Saturday Night, classic, in my opinion. But they didn't drop another album until 2002. So at this point, you kind of fell off, in my opinion. I don't even remember Let's Do It Again. Yeah, so I would say if you wait from 1997 all the way to 2002, like, we as fans, we can't wait that long for you to drop something, bro. So you fell off, kind of because you didn't want to cook up more music. But that being said, I always thought the Camp Lo was one of the greatest duos of all time, and definitely one of the greatest hip-hop rap groups. So I'm gonna have to revisit some of these albums because I've never listened to Black Hollywood, Stone and Rob, Caught on Tape, Another Heist. Yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of these Camp Lo albums. So maybe on the Twitch channel we'll go ahead and review some of these, but let me know how you're feeling about that. We got Stunner Growth video about Camp Lo. They were supposed to be up next, but let's move into a couple other topics. I got TMZ pulled up over here. Jeannie Mai, Young Jeezy, ex-wife, claiming that he was abusive, reckless, and Young Jeezy denying all of it. So let's go ahead and get into some of the accusations. We saw earlier this year, I believe the end of last year, Young Jeezy, Jeezy the Snowman, got into a little divorce. So now, the lawyers are sorting it all out. What's going on in this divorce paperwork? Hey, Quantum's gonna get to the bottom of it. So let's go ahead and check on this report with TMZ. Jeannie Mai is claiming that Young Jeezy putting hands on her. Alright. Jeannie Mai is fired back at Jeezy in their bitter divorce, asking a judge to deny him custody of the children because she claims he's been reckless and abusive. But he calls BS. The talk show host filed new legal docs Thursday, obtained by TMZ, and Jeannie makes some bombshell claims against her ex, who recently asked a judge to rip up their temporary custody agreement and grant him more substantial parenting time for their young daughter. So these are the wounds allegedly inflicted by Jeezy the Snowman. Now, Jeezy claimed that he's been getting unfairly denied time with their kid, but now Jeannie has a scathing response, hurling allegations of abuse and dangerous behavior with purported photo evidence to boot. So yeah, we see this is the kid that Young Jeezy is being denied custody of at the moment, because apparently, hey, Jeezy the Snowman might be putting the beats on bitches. In her filing, Jeannie outlines a few different incidents of alleged abuse, including claims that Jeezy is prone to explosive outbursts, excessive drinking, and a little bit of DV. Jeannie cites on one of the alleged incidents from April 2022 when she says they were at the Ritz-Carlton in San Francisco and claims young Jeezy choked her from behind while she was going up some stairs and alleges he even pushed her down those same stairs. This is the Ritz-Carlton in San Francisco. Jeannie claims that hotel security intervened and even took a report and an alleged copy of which she attaches here. There is no explicit mention of the alleged choking, but the report does include mentions of a security guard mediating some arguments between them. But we do see some bruising, injuries here from young Jesus' ex-wife. Yeah. I mean, this doesn't look good. Definitely doesn't look good, bruh. The news story continues. In another alleged instances of recklessness, Jeannie claims Jeezy crashed a golf cart they were both in, which she alleges happens as a result of him being too drunk. She attaches alleged text between herself and Jeezy where she shows off bruises she says she sustained from the crash. And after text that showed Jeezy being remorseful and apologetic. Oh, so this was from a golf cart crash? Okay, this isn't too bad then. I thought that young Jeezy was out here putting his hands on bitches. Well, this is from him being drunk and crashing out. I mean, it's still bad. It sucks, but it's not as crazy as an allegation as I would have thought, okay? TMZ is making it out to be like Jesus Snowman's out here beating bitches. But, a little golf cart crash after a couple shots of tequila, not unheard of, okay? Not unheard of. That being said, we do have a couple more claims from Jeannie. She also claims Jeezy would leave guns all over the house when their young child was around. Photos of which she attaches. Okay, we see some sticks here. We see a glick here. Yeah, she over here snitching on her man, y'all, or her ex. For all these reasons, Jeannie is asking a judge to deny Jeezy's request to grant him more custody, essentially saying it would not be safe for their kid. So Jeezy claps back at the response here, saying, "The allegations are not only false, but it's also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I loved. This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It is disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play, and at this time my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for our court-mandated joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels," young Jeezy says in this Instagram post. So let me know how you're feeling about this. Young Jeezy's ex-wife is claiming that he's irresponsible, gets drunk, leaves sticks around the house, where their young kid could get into and potentially harm themselves. So she's throwing all this evidence at the judge right now to get custody. Honestly, this is typical in family court. You see this all the time. Let me know how you're feeling about this. I'm going to go ahead and close off the news story. This says, as for Jeezy, he is denied with Jeannie's alleged talking on Instagram with a lengthy statement in which he says Jeannie is trying to tarnish his character and disrupt his family. He adds, "It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play, and at this time my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for court-mandated joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will be prevailed through the proper legal channels." Yeah, bruh. Sad to see when a couple, like this have children and it ends in divorce. I hate that for them. But I hope they're able to patch this up amicably and we don't see any more dirty news come out between these two. But knowing family court and knowing how divorces go, we probably will. So, I'll go ahead and keep y'all updated on this as it goes on. But from what we can see here, Jeannie is alleging that young Jeezy is out here drunk and reckless, crashing golf courts, getting her bruised up. Alright, so let me know how y'all feeling about this. I got a couple more stories that I want to review with y'all before we get up out of here. Yeah. Alright. Bro, my dog is like He be sleeping in the most awkward ways. Is this not uncomfortable for you, bruh? It's gotta be uncomfortable for you. Alright. Next up, we got awkward situations we've all been in.
Listen, man, y'all showed mad love to part 1 of this series, and I'm glad y'all enjoyed it, because bro, this is one of my favorite series to record, because I get to share personal stories from my life. Some of them are a little bit too personal, but it's all good. But one thing I can tell y'all is that a lot of these are relatable. You have experienced at least one of these awkward moments. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before we begin though, this is gonna go the same way as how it did in the last video. I'm gonna be starting off with least awkward to the most awkward. Starting off with the least awkward, I got walking past a group of girls that are the same age as you. Ooh, boy. And this one is the least awkward. Bruh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna sound like a wuss, but I'd rather go to war than walk past a group of girls my own age, bro.
Bruh. Maybe I'm just old man yelling at clouds right now, but I don't get this one.
The only one that finds this awkward / embarrassing. There's like multiple memes that were made about this as well. But the reason why I rank this one the lowest is because this is only awkward when like you're by yourself. If you're with like your boys and y'all are just walking, chilling, like y'all just run into a group of girls, it's not that bad. But if you're by yourself walking past a group of girls, oh my goodness. Especially if it's your age too, bro. I can give less of a fuck walking past some fucking middle-aged woman, bro. Like I can really give two shits, bro. Like I don't know if
So I guess my version of this would be is like if you at a bar by yourself and you see a table full of women, it's probably awkward as hell for you to approach them. But honestly, this is just something that you gotta work through within time, and your confidence level gets up. You're not gonna have a problem with this. This is gonna be something of the past that you're gonna laugh
it's just
at.
me, bro, but every time I walk past a group of girls my age, bro, I just feel like they're just fucking staring me down and judging me, bro. But I'll never know what they actually do because I never even look at them when I walk past them. Literally what I do is, and I'm pretty sure we all do this, is we take out our phones and we start scrolling on the weather app and pretending like we don't even see them. And bro, tell me not, bro, these group of girls be like finding a way to spawn in the most random locations, bro. Like my nigga, I'm at the grocery store wearing my pajamas looking shopped as fuck, and a group of the most baddest females I've ever seen in my life will just be walking past me.
They're not worried
like
about
this
you,
one
bro.
group of females that lives in my neighborhood who I call the posse. I don't know why we call them the posse. Like we just call them the posse. I don't know why. It's just like some fucking dumbass name me and my friend group made up. Like literally, bro, it's a group of high school girls and they all hate me because I have beef with their group leader. I don't actually have beef with their group leader. They just think I have beef with them. I could really give less of a fuck. And bro, literally, I remember the last time I walked past them, I could just fucking hear them whispering my name. Like I don't know what they were saying, but they were just like whispering my name and just like gossiping to each other. And I was like, alright, bro, what the fuck, bro? This is embarrassing. Like, my God, what did I even do? Bro, and the worst one of all was the time when me and my friend Koopa, we went to like this clothing store to go like buy some clothes because it was like the first day of school and I had to get like some back to school clothing. Bro, I kid you.
Is this where we at in 2024, chat? Beefing with women? Cause you're not gonna win.
Emotional damage.
You fighting an uphill battle, playboy. Yeah.
Nah, bro, I was literally just trying to buy an anime shirt, and the fucking posse group leader pulls up on me and just starts fucking recording me. Like, out of nowhere, bro. I didn't even see her, bro. She just pulled up on me out of nowhere and started recording me. I didn't even notice she was recording me until Koopa told me, and I turn around, and I just see her recording, and she just, like, fucking turns her camera off and walks the other way, acting like she wasn't recording. And to top it all off, bro, my fit was atrocious. It was, like, this tight-ass shirt, bro, with, like, these shorts that, like, go above my knees, and then I had freaking slides with no socks. I was just looking like a bum, bro. They really caught me in 3D, for real. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, walking past a group of girls your own age, if I had to rate this one...
Hey, he set himself up for failure there, bruh. In my opinion, every time you go outside, you should always be dressed for success. I don't know what celebrity it was, but I saw a long time ago, this celebrity, you know, they passed away, and the fit they passed away in, it was like pajamas or some shit. And ever since then, I saw them pass away in pajamas. I was like, I can't be going outside in pajamas. Because what if I pass away like that, bruh? The last fit you see me in, I'm dying and I'm in fucking pajamas. I can't go like that. What's that Little Dirt song? Nah, I can't go like that. Yeah, that's Quantum in 4K. I ain't going like that, bruh. So every time you go outside, you gotta be dressed to impress. you know, off tops.
I'm giving
'Cause
it
you can't
a-
put yourself in this position where you feeling low confidence when you then ran into a group of women and now you feeling low self-esteem. Nah, bruh, you trying to group me in with him. I ain't never felt like that. Not Quantum.
5 out of 10. Like, yeah, it's awkward, but it lasts like 2 seconds. And like, if you're with your boys, like, it literally goes down to a 0 out of 10. Next up, we've got like during school when you're taking like a test and everyone's supposed to be quiet, but like you accidentally like cough or burp or make a really loud noise. Or like, oh my god, the worst one, when your stomach starts growling, bro. Because that one, you literally cannot control that one, bro. You could just feel the eyes from like everyone just staring at you. Bro, I kid you not, one time I have this friend, right? His name is Indian Gee. I don't know why we call him Indian Gee. He's just like this chubby Indian kid, and like ghee, I guess, means butter in Indian, and like he's kind of like, you know, like a blob, like butter. Bro, one day in class, like this dude was like taking a test and it was like mad quiet, like nobody was talking. And Indian Gee had to go use the bathroom, so like he raised his hand and he asked the teacher to go use the bathroom. So the teacher's like, yeah, you go use the bathroom. So Indian Gee goes, uses the bathroom, and then comes back. And like, bro, I feel so bad for talking about this, bro. Like, I don't want to air this nigga's information out, but bro, now Indian Gee is pretty chubby, as you could tell. And like, when you get to like a certain size, you get what's called like blood clots. So like, pretty much like he can't like breathe properly. So it's like,
hey, if son's saying nigga and he's not black, I might have to require the squabbles. I don't know, bruh. Like, he's L'ing out in front of me right now. I don't know if this video is going on for too much longer, but you better switch up soon, bruh.
I guess like when he was standing up and he walked back to his seat to sit down, like I guess like he sat down too fast and like it might have triggered the blood clot, because like when he sat down he made this noise. Bro, I'm literally gonna try my best to describe it, bro. I kid you not, this nigga was standing up like this, right? He's walking back to his seat. This nigga sits down like this, bro.
Just the
he
nigga
sits
here?
down like this, right? Bro, I kid you not, this nigga goes loud as fuck, bro. I don't know if it was a hiccup. I don't know if it was a cough. I don't know if...
Alright, we done, bruh. We done. That's too much. I can't do it. Yeah, bro, you got me, bruh. So we gonna go ahead. I got one more for y'all. This one is about the blog era in hip-hop, okay? Probably one of the last greatest, next to 2016, you know, one of the great eras of hip-hop was the blog era, you know, like 2008, 2009. I'm talking like Charles Hamilton, Soulja Boy, early J. Cole. We're going to take it back there.
All of his material.
So let's just go ahead and take it from the 10 up. This is Above the Clouds, the blog era and birth of internet rap.
Since its inception in the early 80s,
I had to cut that
hip-hop
goofy shit
youth
off.
have consistently gravitated toward alternative and DIY approaches to the use of technology. This unique approach was originally out of necessity due to a variety of factors, mostly socio-economic and geographical, and can be seen in the appropriation of turntables as musical instruments, trains as canvases, tapping into city lampposts to power amps, the recontextualization of old records through sampling, and most recently, the use of the web as a platform to garner a fanbase. Like hip-hop's disenfranchised youth, the nerds and geeks of the early internet shared a common status in society as outcasts, and thus it was by no surprise that both communities would begin to overlap. This would all occur during the internet's Wild West era, resulting in a sound and vision for the genre that was beyond the confines of the conventional narrative seen in hip-hop.
4chan, bruh.
You're watching Turismo,
Completely different
and this
time.
is Above the Clouds, Episode 1, The Birth of Internet Rap.
Chad, I don't screen all these videos, so I had to turn that corny nigga off earlier. I'm sorry. We might have turned this nigga off too if we start saying some corny shit. Just FYI. Hey, LimeWire. Not Viper. intro hard though. Damn, 2 dope boys, yo. Yo, that How Fly mixtape with Wiz and Currency is goated. That shit went triple platinum in my Beamer, bruh. Charles Hamilton, let's fucking go. Hey, he got everything in here. It's hard. Little beat of bass guy. Yeah. Damn, Krayshawn too. Windows XP computer used to do this shit all the time.
In 2016,
I'm having flashbacks.
SoundCloud rap would cross over into the mainstream, offering a fresh approach to hip-hop with a DIY, lo-fi, nihilistic, and rowdy sound that would introduce a new audience to the world of modern trap music and underground rap. This era within hip-hop was incredibly intoxicating for onlookers due to the insanity and chaos of not only the music, but also the larger-than-life personas of the artists, giving an insight into the effects of internet fame, drugs, mental illness, and youth angst on the psyche. While to the untrained ear, this moment in music history appeared like something radically new, the SoundCloud rap trend and its pent-up angst has its roots in a huge sprawling underground network that would begin over a decade prior, with influences dating back to the bling era of the early 2000s and beyond. In this documentary series, I will attempt to tell the story of hip-hop's relationship with the internet, beginning in this episode with early adopters of the web, the blog, DatPiff, and MySpace scenes that followed, and the artists that would help establish the internet rapper archetype, before delving into the underground scene that gave rise to the SoundCloud rap trend in further episodes. My research is based solely off of what has been made available online, in conjunction with my hazy memory of the time period and suggestions made in my Discord server or on Twitter. I've done my best to try and include as many vital artists in this documentary series as possible, connecting the dots between relevant artists within and outside of the scene. So if you feel like someone's missing, chances are they will either be mentioned in part 2, or simply left out due to either being too obscure or less important to the discussion. The comments section is open for discussion, so feel free to hit me up with any critiques or information you feel may be relevant for future episodes, and I'll do my best to respond and engage with your ideas. Without further ado, let's dive right in, starting from the very beginning. At the dawn of the internet era, hip-hop's connection to the digital world was already taking shape. This could be seen most evidently in the formation of old-school message boards and forums. The most notable example was Usenet newsgroup alt.rap, an archaic online space that was later succeeded by RMHH, where nerdy hip-hop fans would unite to discuss the genre, write reviews, and form online bonds. In a history of the early hip-hop internet, published by Red Bull Music and the Daily Note, writer Noz explains that both rap culture and internet technology weren't even close to the global presences that they are now. It required a very specific blend of circumstances to gain access to either of these concurrently emerging lifestyles, let alone the sort of deep-end immersion that we take for granted today. By the late 90s, hip-hop as a genre and the internet were both becoming increasingly more accessible, with the controversial gangster rap era drawing a lot of attention from the media, as the internet quickly evolved into the Web 2.0 era, with sites such as rapreviews.com and OHHLA emerging. During this time period, a select few artists had basic websites, were beginning to spit bars related to the internet, and even utilize web aesthetics into their album art. Most notably, with Trick Daddy's www.thug.com.
Nice. Classic.
An artist that stood out particularly during this time period as an early adopter of the internet and hyperbolic caricature of the underground wave of the 90s, was battle rapper Cannabis, whose whole persona was that of an internet geek, dropping dial-up sound effects in the intro of his debut album, interacting with fans on web forums, hosting exclusive music on his website, and once claiming that being offline for more than 5 days felt similar to not brushing his teeth. This outsider persona of Cannabis, and his inclination toward nerdy themes and lyrics, would make his career challenging, as seen in his awkward interviews and difficulty adapting to traditional song structures. Leaning into his obsession with the web, and experience as an employee at internet service provider AT&T, Cannabis would begin building his own website as early as 1997, seeing the potential of the web as a ground for promotion and interaction with a fan base, years before it became commonplace.
Technology was something that I was like heavy into. You know what I'm saying? I remember spending 6 figures on the bandwidth. It was crazy. Pretty much, I needed to make a website. I remember starting the album out, Can I Bust, with a modem dialing up to AOL. I remember doing that. I had 18 million hits on cannabis.com in 97, from September of 97 to September of 98, 18 million. Now, in 2021, you look at that and you know it wasn't black people. It wasn't people that came from where I came from. It was people with disposable income with access to laptops. And I knew one day when a laptop is affordable, and it's not $5,000, but it's like, you know, $500 or $1,000 or whatever, right? I knew that everyone was going to be immersed, completely obsessed, and, you know, inevitably bound to this internet, LinkedIn, all, you know, live communication. I knew it was coming.
In an era when most rappers were primarily focused on traditional methods of promotion and distribution, Cannabis was already ahead of the curve, embracing the digital realm as a means to connect with his audience. His lyrical content was equally distinctive. He delved into esoteric subjects like photosynthesis, reproduction, and astrophysics in his raps, making him an outsider amongst his peers. While Cannabis may have failed to deliver as a commercial artist, due to his various beefs, poor production choices, and pretentious style, his use of the internet, geeky subject matter, and outsider persona were incredibly ahead. Fast forward to the early 2000s, and the internet would begin to have a major impact on hip-hop, particularly the record industry, with piracy and MP3 sharing pushing album sales to an all-time low. While this phenomenon posed a substantial threat to the industry, it inadvertently planted the seeds for alternative distribution methods, resulting in the emergence of the first rapper to gain prominence solely through online buzz. Enter Afroman, a rapper based out of Mississippi who had unintentionally achieved viral fame in 2001.
Facts.
He accomplished this by handing out 500 free CDs of his album, Because I Got High, to college students, who subsequently shared the album online through Napster.
Okay.
In less than 38 hours, the title track had exploded in popularity, eventually making its way to the Howard Stern show and becoming a major hit.
He went viral.
Unlike Cannabis, Afroman's music was refreshingly straightforward, humorous, and instantly catchy, allowing him to appeal to a much broader audience instead of a niche one. His viral success vividly demonstrated the internet's power as a promotional tool, and underscored the potential for artists to gain recognition independently. While Afroman may not have fully grasped the intricacies of internet piracy, he was acutely aware of the power of independent distribution. This understanding was influenced in part by the South's rich history of DIY mixtapes and unconventional promotional methods. In fact, Afroman's decision to move from California to Mississippi stemmed from the latter's reputation of a more open-minded and experimental approach to music. Rapper Chameleonaire reflected this sentiment, crafting his own website in 2002. The site would allow him to independently distribute mixtapes and connect with fans, foreshadowing the region's quick adoption of the web and dominance in later years. As the 2000s unfolded, hip-hop found itself in the midst of the bling era, characterized by a shift toward a more pop-centric and club-oriented style of rap music, largely driven by the direction set by record executives. This move aimed to cleanse the lingering residue of the controversial gangster rap era from the mainstream consciousness and avoid the copyright lawsuits associated with heavy sampling. No longer bound by the harsh scrutiny of the gangster-era gatekeepers, the South was quick to adapt. Just a few years prior, Andre 3000 had eloquently declared in his iconic Source Awards speech, "The South had something to say." This marked a pivotal shift in hip-hop, where the South's distinct voice began to resonate freely. While this change in the genre allowed the South to break free from their regional constraints, an inversion occurred as many artists, unable to adapt to the new era, found themselves relegated to the shadows, mirroring the plight of Southern rappers from the previous decade.
Yeah. These radio programmers fell off when they stopped playing our music, when they started dictating our sounds by what Atlanta plays, by what New York plays, by following what these other motherfuckers playing. No disrespect to snapping and all that shit, but fuck that shit.
It's a bunch of things. It's the corporate side of the business that killed it, you know what I'm saying? You know, every kind of music gets stagnant every once in a while, and then it comes to a point where it needs to be re-energized.
While Cannabis managed to find a niche audience through online forums, early streaming widgets, and blog posts via his new website, miclub.com, his peers in New York City would instead turn to the mixtape format to circumvent industry restrictions. In 2002, blackballed rapper 50 Cent would pioneer the Street album, with 50 Cent as the future, along with his crew G-Unit and rivals the Diplomats. These artist-driven mixtapes, unlike the traditionally DJ-run format prevalent in the city, would allow artists to break the strict rules of the industry and experiment freely with sampling, beatjacking, remixing, and lyrics that weren't radio-friendly. Like Afroman's Because I Got High, these tapes would begin to emerge on LimeWire and other P2P piracy services, foreshadowing the era of digital mixtape sites like Live Mixtapes and DatPiff. Similarly, the rise of street DVDs like Smack, Cocaine City, Come Up, and Sub-Zero inadvertently foreshadowed the emergence of internet influencers on YouTube, as well as the creation of viral video hosting sites like WorldStar Hip Hop. These street DVDs provided unfiltered, unscripted, behind-the-scenes glimpses into the lives of various New York street rappers, creating a raw and authentic form of content. Little did they know that this type of content would become increasingly popular during the blog era, exemplified by lifestyle videos showcased on YouTube by artists like Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, Kid Cudi, and others, as well as the more quote-unquote hood street fight and underground rap beef videos featured on sites like WorldStar Hip Hop. The aforementioned Diplomats would play a significant role in this scene, shaking up New York's tough gangster image by employing humor, unique slang, flamboyant fashion, and a boundaryless vision for hip-hop that transcended regional allegiances. While many of New York's heavyweights from the gangster era held on to their regional ties, the Diplomats' embrace of outsider influences foreshadowed the globalization of hip-hop during the internet era. The group really lived up to their name, helping to bring peace and unity to the crumbling rap landscape, seeking to foster good relations between different regions and styles. This vision not only influenced fellow Harlem rapper A$AP Rocky to explore southern rap, but also paved the way for artists like Sweden's Drain Gang and the Sad Boys to seamlessly blend European rave sounds with hip-hop, echoing the spirit of the Diplomats' trance party mixtapes.
First of all, what happened, a lot of people get confused is they like New York hip hop, down south, this, that. First of all, let's just make good music and then label it. You can't say, yo, I got a New York record, yo, I got a South record. I think you should let the record play. You could tell, of course, where the record's from once you hear it, but good music is good music. I get that all the time. Yo, I'm from Harlem. Yo, I'm from Harlem. Put me on, yo, I'm from Harlem. Yo, I'm from Harlem. Yo, I did my thing for the block. Yo, that doesn't mean you can rap. Our business, get up there. You can't label where you're from and make that your pattern. You have to have some type of talent or some type of business mind or whatever it is you're going to get ahead in before you can label where you're from. So
I don't care about East or West Coast or whatever. I just try to make the good music.
Essentially, the diplomat.
And I agree with that. I feel like the music should always speak for itself. People be trying to get clout off of where they from, who they know, this and that. And I mean, you still see it today in music, but I think that, you know, Cameron trying to put a stop to that, or kind of not even put a stop to it so much so, but a little bit less of back in the day was definitely a good look. By the way, I got my Frenchie snoring behind me, so if you hear a little bit of snarling, a little bit of nasally stuff going on, that is in fact the Frenchies in La La Land dreaming away.
That's led by Cameron, had prophetically envisioned hip-hop as a culture free from regional boundaries, a vision that would help shape the future of the genre. An artist that successfully embodied this globalization of hip-hop during the early internet era was British rapper and Sri Lankan refugee MIA, who would fuse elements of UK dance music with ballet funk, Miami bass, and world music. Embodying the spirit of UK pirate radio, MIA would begin uploading her music to MySpace as early as 2004, finding a niche audience amongst UK's alternative youth. After her debut album was delayed due to sample clearance issues, she would instead look to the mixtape format, employing the DJing of Diplo, who mashed her unreleased tracks with existing hits from hip-hop artists all over the world. Despite its unofficial release, the resulting mixtape, Piracy Funds Terrorism, was well received by critics, praised for its genre-blending approach and unique atmosphere. Piracy Funds Terrorism not only exemplified the evolving sound of hip-hop, but also highlighted how the internet allowed music to transcend boundaries, bringing together diverse global influences into one unique sonic experience. In a 2005 interview, when asked about the difficulty in categorizing her sound, MIA explained, "In hip-hop, people are opening up more, and in indie music, people are getting more beats. Influences are crossing over into each other's puddles. I just accept where I'm at. I accept where the world is at, and I accept how we receive and digest information. I get that somebody in Tokyo is on the internet instant messaging, and someone in the favelas is on the internet. And that's how we process information now. This just reflects that." MIA would later drop her debut album Arula to critical acclaim, and the artist would further grow in popularity, with subsequent albums and pop crossover hit Paper Planes. As hip-hop related album sales were surpassed by singles on iTunes and further threatened by the freedom of piracy, the record industry would begin looking to new technology to recoup their losses. This would result in a new trend known as ringtone rap that would see artists, particularly from the South and Bay Area, taking over the Billboard charts with simple and catchy tracks made predominantly for use as a dial tone. They were often paired with gimmicky dance trends and references to kids' sweets and cartoons. Notable hits from the era included Laffy Taffy by D4L, Little Will's My Doogie, Lean With It, Rock With It by Dem Franchise Boys, and Walk It Out by Unk. While many ringtone hits would come from mainstream stars, most artists that were labelled as ringtone rappers were one-hit wonders with little to no staying power. But this was all about to change with our next artist, whose radical use of the internet in conjunction with the ringtone format would establish the internet rapper archetype, influencing the sound of viral hip-hop for years to come.
Definitely Big Soulja.
Enter Soulja Boy, a tech-savvy teenager from the isolated rural town of Batesville, Mississippi, who would utilize piracy, social media, and the internet to bypass his geographical block. In the process, paving the way for future stars, earning the title of the godfather of internet rap. Soulja's story would begin sometime in 2005, during the height of the Bling era, when he would begin uploading music to the archaic SoundCloud predecessor, SoundClick, utilizing elements of Snap, an antiquated subgenre of southern rap ubiquitous with the ringtone rap trend. This fusion birthed an obnoxious, attention-grabbing form of music that, despite its shortcomings, compelled listeners to take notice. Unlike T.I., Jeezy, Little John, and other notable southern stars of the time, Soulja Boy was not only a complete nobody from a town no one had ever heard of, but also lacking in star power and lyrical prowess. This would force him to get creative, with Soulja adopting a fake it till you make it mentality, crafting the persona of a star and gaining a cult-like following online as one of the first social media influencers. Soulja was able to achieve this through a completely new approach to music marketing, utilizing his YouTube account to make behind-the-scenes vlogs, skits and dance videos, while turning MySpace into a hype machine with status updates about what he was up to, packed with humor and controversy. Soulja would also take note of Afro Man's quick come-up, uploading his music to the infamous piracy platform LimeWire, disguising his tracks with song titles from famous pop acts of the time, resulting in unsuspecting pirates discovering his music. Soulja's whole appeal would draw parallels to that of
you
reality.
You try to get like 50 Cent Candy Shop, and you end up getting fucking Soulja Boy, Crank That Soulja Boy. So you go play 50 Cent Candy Shop, thinking you gonna press play on some I take you to the candy shop. You press play and you hear, you Soulja Boy, why don't you crack it, why don't you roll it?
80 stars at the time.
Completely maxed out on the volume, blowing your eardrums out, bro. Like, it was just the worst mixed audio you ever heard in your life. But he came up off of that brilliant marketing status. Definitely revolutionary marketing for the time.
With this relatable background, demonstrating to others that it was possible for anybody to become a star. This was an incredibly effective approach, and would translate into mainstream success, with his breakout hit Crank That. The polarizing Snap hit would begin doing major numbers on the web, after being posted to SoundClick, later reaching the Billboard Hot 100 and dominating the charts for weeks, becoming the most iconic ringtone of all time.
I recorded Crank That Soulja Boy in my room. I just had the computer, software, and like a little headset mic I was using. People like ain't really buying albums no more. Like people like downloading for free or whatever. So like I took Crank That Soulja Boy and renamed it like 50 Cent in the Club. And then everybody was downloading and bam, bam, hitting it. A DJ by the name of Freddie Hydro from Memphis, Tennessee, gave him one of my singles. I had a single called I Got Me Some Bathing Apes. And he gave him the single, he listened to it, he liked it. They showed him the MySpace page, he saw the MySpace page, he saw all the views, all the fans. He got my contact information off the MySpace page, came to my house and signed me like that same week, and I got my deal to Interscope Records like the following week after that.
While the track was widely hated at the time, its impact was undeniable, having demonstrated to the world that it's possible for just about anybody to become a rapper. All thanks to the power of the internet and a little bit of creativity. This could be seen with the aura surrounding Crank That, which was like nothing before, with kids all across the globe learning the Superman dance and engaging with Soulja's social media accounts, in the process annoying the older generation that were beginning to lose their grip.
Hip-hop has to last forever and it ain't gonna last with you doing that Superman bullshit, man. That shit is whack.
While Soulja's music triggered the majority of crusty old heads, his influence would have a major impact on the trajectory of modern hip-hop, especially SoundCloud rap.
The Soulja Boy dance in 2009 is like Elvis thrusting his hips in the 50s to like conservative white people. The same reaction that Ice-T had about Soulja Boy's Crank That is exactly the same reaction niggas was having to Elvis thrusting his hips back in the 50s, bro. Like, y'all look old head as hell telling that man to stop dancing. What kind of bullshit is that?
Not only are the biggest rappers these days
Nas's ass came out with Hip Hop Is Dead. He saw somebody do the Crank That and came out with a whole ass album rollout talking about Hip Hop Is Dead. Man, it took me a while to forgive Nas for that, low-key.
Social media to gain a following, but so is just about every other artist involved in popular music. Today, it's increasingly common to encounter deceptive rap mixtapes masquerading as leaks from more popular artists on platforms like YouTube. And figures like Mario Judah and Young Thug have elevated this concept to new heights, with the Barter 6 and Whole Lotta Red bootleg. While the majority of ringtone rappers faded into obscurity, Soulja Boy managed to transform his success into his debut album, SouljaBoyTellHim.com, which sold over 100,000 copies in its first week. Since then, the young star has consistently leveraged controversy and trends to maintain his relevance, solidifying his position as an undeniable and important figure in the history of modern hip-hop. Meanwhile, deep under the crust, Houston Oddball and Screwed Up Click affiliate Lee Dog would begin uploading music to the website CD Baby under his new moniker Viper, embarking on 3 digital albums that took the sound of chopped and screwed music to their extremes, with syrupy lo-fi synths and southern slang that would serve as a vital precursor to the internet's first major rap microgenre, cloud rap. While it's
Did he just
unconfirmed,
give Viper credit for cloud rap? Whoa, hold up. Is this man giving Viper credit right now?
as to why Viper changed his name and began using the internet, I personally theorize that he was most likely ostracized from the Houston hip-hop scene for being a weirdo, and found solace in the early internet world of neats, weebs, and reclusives.
Hey.
Unfortunately, Viper was never taken seriously as a rapper, only blowing up as a meme years later. Despite this, his early work serves as an important touchstone in the evolution of hip-hop's relationship with the internet, demonstrating the web's ability to be an outlet for outsiders and eccentrics. While Viper is generally left out of the conversation of influential internet-based artists, his impact can be seen in his prophetic use of meme-like imagery, kitsch MIDI instrumentation, flooding of the web with endless mixtapes, and brutally raw and honest lyrics delivered in a tongue-in-cheek manner. As the internet unshackled artists from traditional constraints, Viper's role in this transformative process cannot be understated. While his journey may have been unconventional, the impact of his creative choices resonate far beyond the boundaries of his initial reception. While piracy had benefited Afro Man and Soulja Boy, it had essentially limited Viper's reach, as no one was really buying music anymore, especially not from a site like CD Baby, instead embracing MP3s and iPods that offered unlimited convenience. As a result, rappers were forced once again to rethink their strategy, as physical mixtapes just weren't going to survive. Consumers were expecting more, and the occasional mixtape or album from their favourite artist just wasn't enough to keep them satisfied. Enter Lil Wayne, a rising star and member of the Hot Boys, who would begin flooding the market with free music. Influenced by the mixtape revolution in New York City with 50 Cent, and the South's long history of independent distribution, Wayne would begin utilising the mixtape format to embark on a journey of musical discovery that would line up perfectly with the inception of hip-hop's premier mixtape hosting site, datpiff.com. While 50 had used the mixtape format as a Trojan horse into the rap game, Wayne took note of the way music was being consumed by the new generation, and decided to flood the web with large quantities of free music, dropping back-to-back free mixtapes facilitated by the legendary DJ Drama to build hype for his album The Carter 3. Standout mixtapes such as The Drought 3 and Dedication 2 would see Wayne completely rejecting the conventions of hip-hop by deviating from traditional release schedules, working with unconventional song structures, freestyling almost all of his material, jacking beats from outside of his region and even outside of hip-hop itself,
run from Wayne here.
as well as deconstructing lyricism with unconventional similes, non-sequiturs, metaphors, and half-rhymes. But most importantly, Wayne didn't take himself too seriously, with a playful charisma that was quite avant-garde for the time, easily comparable to the troll-like nature of various internet artists who would follow. Notably, Lil Wayne's remixes often outperformed the originals, a testament to his innovative approach, with fans eagerly anticipating his reinterpretations, which added new dimensions to existing tracks. The key to Wayne's success was his focus on quantity, delivering an extraordinary volume of music, which allowed him to detach from perfectionistic tendencies and experiment uninhibited, while feeding the fans with more music than anyone else at the time. Wayne's impressive output during the era would serve as the blueprint for what would follow, reflected in similar creative spurts by artists such as Gucci Mane, Future, Young Thug, Lil B,
Facts.
Bones, and Chopo. This helped to open hip-hop up to more bizarre and left-field stream of consciousness lyricism, encouraging artists to find their sound through constant freestyling and experimentation, a process that Wheezy knew all too well.
It's nothing like hard work. Pussy, not even pussy. Not even pussy. Actually, not even money. Because a lot of motherfuckers get the money without hard work and they don't know what to do. And people that get money without hard work sometimes don't even want the money. Repetition is the father of learning. I repeat, repetition is the father of learning.
Like me, I'm the only fish in the sea. I know you got swag, but you had to get it from me. Man, I quit Link long time ago, but my boy enough for a key. Yeah, this bad bitch with her pants on, sitting in the passenger seat.
She got them drugs on them. I'm like, yeah, higher than a skirt.
While Wayne and Soulja weren't the first artists to utilize the web, they had essentially laid the blueprint, demonstrating the power of the mixtape and social media. Soon the floodgates would open, with various artists following in their footsteps, utilizing the internet in new and creative ways to gain attention from labels and fans. Among these emerging talents were early MySpace luminaries such as rapper Mickey Facts, who exhibited his ingenuity by remixing nerd instrumentals, which he then uploaded to MySpace. He assumed the persona of Pharrell Williams' latest signee, creating a career-launching buzz. On the other hand, Chuck English and Sir Michael Rocks formed a connection through the platform, and later went on to establish the Cool Kids. They carved out their unique space in hip-hop with their retro-infused aesthetics and electronic beats, exemplified by widely popular and influential hits like Black Mags. Meanwhile, the Bay Area collective known as The Pack experienced a career boost thanks to their hit song Vans,
The bobblehead
which caught
effect
the
is
attention of
killing
Too
me
Short
right now, bruh.
for its fresh
The
take
heads
on the
keep
hype
rocking
sound.
back and forth. This shit is wild.
Meanwhile,
Funny to me.
Kid
I don't know
Cudi
if it's edibles.
effectively utilized
That shit's wild
MySpace
funny to
as a
me right now.
launchpad for day and night, which in turn drew the gaze of hip-hop blogs. Simultaneously, Jay Electronica made waves by crafting a 15-minute demo over the soundtrack of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. He then shared this masterpiece on the platform, garnering critical acclaim. For these early stars, MySpace served as more than just a platform for sharing music and connecting with fans. It played a vital role in shaping their music, thanks to the customization options made available on the site that encouraged creativity and individual flair. As these artists persisted in networking online through the site to navigate the industry, a small but expanding number of hip-hop blogs were starting to take over this role. These blogs replaced the traditional A&R professionals and record executives, actively contributing to the elevation and coverage of the emerging rap scene online. They played a crucial part in nurturing the careers of various artists and redirecting traffic toward mixtapes, marking the inception of what would later be coined as the blog era.
That was a great time.
What had begun as passion projects in the 2000s for hip-hop bloggers to discuss the music that publications were avoiding would slowly grow in popularity before becoming a major force to be reckoned with, later outcompeting the old guard. The most powerful of these writers was the New Music Cartel, a loose collection of blogs consisting of Two Dope Boys, On Smash, You Heard That New, Exclusive Zone, Misinfo, Dajazz 1, and Nah Right, that would dominate the blog era as tastemakers, providing internet-savvy kids with exclusive leaks, reviews, new mixtapes, rare interviews, and behind the scenes information. Because hip-hop blogs were run by hip-hop fans, for hip-hop fans, without the industry politics of a major publication, things were a lot more raw, with each blog providing a unique perspective and flavour. With some blogs favoured for their wacky comment sections and communities, while others were celebrated for their access to exclusive leaks and cutting-edge taste. This made finding and collecting mixtapes during this era an exciting process, as fans were forced to take an active approach to music discovery, navigating the wide array of blogs, looking for active download links, and sharing files amongst peers. This method of consumption contrasts sharply with the passive process of letting an algorithm dictate your personal taste that is commonplace today with Spotify and other streaming services.
Yeah, Chad, we literally had to go to like Media Share, Rapid Fire, and download files of a mixtape, put it into our iPod, Zune, MP3 player of choice, and listen to it to decide if it was hot or not. Okay, we didn't have an algorithm to push it to us. All we had was our own internet service, which was trash as fuck back then, by the way. Let's not sleep on how it took us probably an hour to download a mixtape at a time back then. I remember having to go to my local library to download some of this stuff, if I was even to get past some of the censors or some of the blocks. And yeah, Rapid Fire was a god back then. They was uploading all types of stuff from these blogs, bro. And hey, some of it was fire, some of it was amazing, but there was a lot of garbage too. Okay, let's not sleep on some of it. Some of it was straight up ass. But some of the great artists from that time, Wale, Charles Hamilton, hey, I'll give J. Cole his props. Drake even started on mixtape era back on the blogs, like Nah Right. I remember Comeback Season being on Nah Right. Cool Kids. What other ones do you remember, chat? Man, there's so many. Of course, Odd Future. But man, it takes me back for real. Golden era of hip hop, son.
By this stage,
sound like a New York
the
nigga.
Dat Piff mixtape
Golden era,
had transformed
son.
from a loose
Nah,
collection
me.
of remixes into full-fledged projects that could perform as standalone albums, as seen most evidently in early projects like Kanye West's mixtape, Can't Tell Me Nothing. The mixtape, once a platform for experimentation and playful remixes, had matured into a medium for profound exploration and expression, with Can't Tell Me Nothing paving the way for other artists to approach mixtapes with the same level of intention. This newfound approach allowed artists to craft narratives, evoke emotions, and showcase the depth of their artistry, a turning point that propelled mixtapes beyond the confines of their earlier, more casual reputation. Kanye's influence radiated through the personas of numerous stars of the blog era. These artists were emblematic of a generation that sought to infuse their music with emotional depth and introspection. This transformation occurred in the midst of a significant industry moment. Kanye West engaged in a head-to-head battle with 50 Cent over record sales, which he ultimately won in a landslide victory. This pivotal moment pushed street rap further into the background, making room for a more emotionally charged and introspective music to take center stage in the hip-hop landscape. This transformation in the approach to self-expression extended to the lyrics, themes, and even aesthetics of the music. Blog-era stars were unafraid to tackle personal struggles, relationships, mental health, and societal issues, with an authenticity that was strikingly relatable. This emotional resonance, combined with the lyrical prowess that characterized hip-hop, became a defining hallmark of the era. For this generation, authenticity was key, and crafting a strong narrative that fans could get behind was what set you apart. This forced artists to make more creative decisions to distinguish themselves, resulting in greater diversity, with only the best artists rising to the top. Perhaps the most iconic of these stars was rapper Drake, an unlikely hero from Canada, whose softer, mellow, and emotionally vulnerable sound, inspired by Kanye West, merged R&B with hip-hop into something completely new and unique. While his first two mixtapes would help garner the attention of a small fanbase online through MySpace, It wasn't until the release of So Far Gone through his OVO website that it would truly begin to blow up with hit singles like Best I Ever Had and Successful, both reaching gold certification by the RIAA. While Drake's rapping abilities were questionable, the mixtape was incredibly cohesive, with sparse production from 40 contrasted against themes of struggles with fame, women, and lust. Similarly, rapper Kid Cudi would make a major splash in the blog era with his hit song Day and Night that was originally posted to MySpace in 2007, before reaching the blogs and later the charts. In the years that followed, Cudi would drop his mixtape, A Kid Named Cudi, that, like Drake's work on So Far Gone, expanded the emotional depth of rap, merging it with indie pop influences and electronica. Cudi's music was different to his peers and spoke to a generation of loners and outcasts.
Kid Cudi
Many of which
released A Kid Named Cudi mixtape, and he changed the album artwork, and the fans was pissed at him for that, bruh. And yeah, he went off on the fans. Common Cudi L for that one. But Cudi's reign over the mixtapes during this time period, before he dropped the Man on the Moon series, was crazy, bro. This man's mixtape run, goated. I suggest y'all go listen to some of Cudi's older mixtapes, because they're fucking fire. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out.
Shared similar struggles with mental health and addiction. Meanwhile, rapper Wiz Khalifa would target the adjacent demographic of stoners with his iconic mixtape Kush and Orange Juice that would do major numbers online, despite no major label backing. Wiz would informally drop the tape on Twitter, where it quickly became a trending topic, before being further pushed by the blogs. The mixtape, like basically all of Wiz's work, is a charismatic insight into the life of a stoner frat boy, with intoxicating tracks such as Still Blazin', Mesmerized, and Good Dank, that would become the soundtrack for weed-smoking sessions amongst his fan base, the Taylor Gang. Wiz Khalifa essentially became a lifestyle tastemaker and trendsetter, influencing a generation of high school stoners, many of which learned how to roll their first roaches from his personal YouTube channel. Wiz's frequent collaborator, Currency, would also garner critical reception during this time period, dropping mixtapes like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, How Fly, and Fear and Loathing in New Orleans. What set Currency apart was his ability to create vivid soundscapes through his music. His laid-back flow and rhymes transported listeners to the hazy world of stoners and car enthusiasts, creating a sonic experience that resonated with a dedicated fan base. Currency's music was not just about smoking and riding, it was a reflection of a lifestyle. His mixtapes featured intricate storytelling about street life, hustling, and the pursuit of success. One of the most remarkable aspects of Currency's career during the blog era was his independence. He operated under his Fly Society international imprint, which allowed him to maintain creative control over his music and image, with self-funded tours and shows that allowed him to connect with fans in a more intimate way. Khalifa's fellow Pittsburgh-bred rapper Mac Miller was another incredibly authentic artist within the era, whose early mixtapes, most notably Kids, captured the carefree spirit of youth, showcasing Miller's potential as a rising star. Mac's hustler mentality and relatable persona made his YouTube channel incredibly popular, in which he would showcase a personality and style that felt unpretentious and relatable to fans across the globe. Mac's rise paralleled the ethos of the blog era: authenticity, accessibility, and the power of grassroots promotion. As Mac's career progressed, his music evolved, reflecting his own growth and experiences. His mixtapes and albums delved into deeper and more introspective themes, touching on topics like addiction, mental health, and the pursuit of happiness. This willingness to be vulnerable and tackle complex issues resonated with a generation grappling with similar challenges. During this time period, the blog era was full of stars from very diverse backgrounds. Some honorable mentions include rapper Nicki Minaj with her Beam Me Up Scotty mixtape, DC artist Wale and his go-go influenced mixtape About Nothing, B.O.B. and his versatile genre-blending mixtape B.O.B. vs. Bobby Ray,
crazy in this time
Big
period.
Sean with his mixtapes Finally Famous and Unknown Big Sean, J. Cole with Friday Night Lights, frat rapper Asher Roth, Corey Guns, Tyga, Chitty Bang, Don Tripp, Kid Ink, Pill, Blue, and Pac Div, just to name a few.
Bro, Tyga had a chokehold on the
An artist who
mixtape
stood out
series in
particularly
his
among
time,
these
too.
stars was internet blogger
City
and
bitch.
borderline neckbeard Charles Hamilton, who would begin to leverage his own blog to
Borderline
launch a
neckbeard.
promising musical career. The Hamiltonization process, a term coined by Charles to describe his original mixtape run, would see the young MC embrace his outsider persona by unapologetically repping Sonic merch, weeb culture, and the color pink, while oversharing his deepest insecurities over pop remixes, utilizing YouTube and his blog to promote his music. Like cannabis, Hamilton was a geek and would use sound effects from computers in his tracks, while tackling themes of loneliness. Hamilton was the complete opposite
that
of what
Charles
rap
Hamilton song where he sampled the Windows sound effects. He sampled like Windows Movie Maker and a bunch of other Windows sound effects. Yeah, that shit was goated, bro. Like, I ain't never heard anybody make a beat out of something like that before. Let me see if we can look that up real quick. Like, I knew from that forward that Charles Hamilton was definitely one of the GOATs when it came to just production, let alone being a rapper. Let me see. Yeah, Windows Media Player.
Somewhere on a desktop leaves the zip file mixtape of the next Pac kid. Let's not kid ourselves, be clear. You see me here, I run Z shit.
Yeah, bro, fucking snapped with that beat, bro. I ain't never heard anybody do something like that before. It's a shame he went crazy though.
fans had come to expect. While he could spit incredibly well and his production was top-notch, his strange personal interests, tendency to overshare, fraudulent claims of the deceased Jay Dilla's production appearing on his mixtapes, and overall goofy, oddball media presence made him a very bizarre character within the rap world. This unique aura, paired with his use of blog sites and social media to gain a following, was rather ahead of its time, opening the doors for other rappers that would follow. Hamilton was also able to relate to the channers and weebs of the internet, hanging out in chat rooms and really embodying the niche outsider communities of the web. Despite falling out of popularity rather quickly and essentially destroying his career thanks to bipolar disorder and addiction, Charles continued to drop mixtape after mixtape, slowly getting more and more abstract until his lyrics began to stop making sense. Some of Hamilton's most important projects include his Pink Lava Lamp mixtape, It's Charles Hamilton, and my personal favourite, Well Isn't This Awkward, a true curiosity of mixtape culture that essentially saw Charles construct a fictional universe in which pop star Rihanna was his girlfriend, remixing Chris Brown songs, and even Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac, with simp bars pining for the attention of his idol. The tape would also feature strange cover art that portrayed Shadow the Hedgehog with a bouquet of flowers, a symbol synonymous with Aspies and internet weirdos, which Hamilton almost perfectly fit the description of. This weird, yet charming approach from Hamilton is alive and well on many of the tapes that would follow, with his strange incel tendencies, autistic fixation on Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sega, making for an incredibly honest and endearing listening experience.
Somebody said that he was the rap game's Chris Chan, and I'm starting to see it now. I'm starting to see it.
Many of the aforementioned artists would make their debut on sites like DatPiff, build a platform on MySpace, and get promoted on blogs like Two Dope Boys and Nah Right, providing internet-savvy kids with an alternative to pirated music that they had grown accustomed to. This created a more authentic connection to the music, as artists utilizing the internet and social media were able to showcase unfiltered, raw personalities with behind-the-scenes content, tweets, and large quantities of music that bypassed label interference. Due to the power of the internet and open-minded attitude of artists at the time, producers would begin to sample from a wider variety of genres, utilizing sites like YouTube to dig for new sounds not usually associated with hip-hop production, such as video game soundtracks, pop hits, emo, new metal tracks, and ambient electronic albums. Not only would production change with the popularity of DAWs and e-digging, but the relationship between beatmakers and rappers would also begin to evolve, with social media allowing for working relationships to be formed across the globe, in spite of geographical boundaries. This would be the case for Waka Flocka Flame and Lex Luger, Clamps Casino and Lil B, as well as Chuck English and Sir Michael Rocks of the Cool Kids. During this era, Lil Wayne would surpass his street tape persona and emerge as a pivotal figure in the blog era's transition to mainstream success, by assembling the powerhouse known as Young Money, Cash Money Billionaires, or YMCMB for short. YMCMB was more than just a record label, it was a collective of some of the most iconic stars who had cut their teeth in the blog era. The YMCMB roster included legendary artists like Nicki Minaj, Drake, Tyga, Mac Main, Corey Guns, Gutta Gutta, and many others. The majority of these artists had leveraged the mixtape format to not only establish themselves as major players in the blog era, but also lay the foundation for promising mainstream careers, and this was only further enhanced by their collaborations. As the culture of the blog era began to intertwine with mainstream music, characterized by professionally polished, freely downloadable mixtapes, a stark division emerged between the spotlighted, internet-savvy hipsters and the street-oriented artists thriving in the underground. The artists of the blog era, often hailed as sophisticated and cool, had adeptly tailored their craft to meet the demands of the mainstream. Their mixtapes were meticulously polished, radio-friendly, and curated for broader appeal. They navigated the music industry with finesse, leveraging their internet fame to secure major label contracts. For many, they epitomized the contemporary evolution of hip-hop, embracing a fusion of pop-centric hooks, catchy beats, and highly stylized music videos. In sharp contrast, street rappers in the underground were regarded as outsiders, deviating from the glossy standards set by their blog era peers, instead crafting vivid portraits of life in their respective neighborhoods. In the gritty streets of New York, a post-boom bap era that evolved out of G-Unit and Diplomat's mixtapes was in full bloom, defined by the street tapes of iconic collectives like the Coke Boys, Bird Gang, Riot Squad, and their affiliates. These works served as sonic time capsules, capturing the pulse of the city's streets, the hustle, and the raw emotion that flowed through its veins. Max B, also known as Bigger Belly or the Silver Surfer, was a central figure and originator in the wavy movement, characterized by a laid-back, melodic, and emotionally resonant approach to rap. The Silver Surfer's enigmatic personality and ability to seamlessly blend singing with rapping created a distinctive sonic atmosphere that felt familiar to fans of 50 Cent and Dipset, with increased humor, charisma, and atmosphere. Max's collaboration with French Montana, particularly on projects like Coke Wave 1 and 2, was pivotal, with Max B's...
People forget about French Montana. He's been tapped in for a long time. People forget about French Montana and Max B tapes, bruh. People look at French Montana now dropping, projects with 60 songs on them, but forgot, Mac and Cheese era French. Max B era French. Coke Wave French, bro. This is the French I remember.
Croning and Frenchie's gritty lyricism, creating a contrast that was both captivating and infectious. The broader East Coast would see various spitters make their mark on the mixtape scene, with rappers like Cassidy, Papoose, Jadakiss, Chinks Drugs, Stack Bundles, Styles P, Sky Zoo, Gilly the Kid, and Meek Mill gaining recognition online through DatPiff. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, the crunk and southern hip-hop that had once held sway were morphing into the pulsating heart of modern trap music. Mixtapes like Salute Me or Shoot Me by Waka Flocka Flame and the seminal works of Gucci Mane exemplified this evolution, laying the groundwork for the trap sound that would go on to conquer the global hip-hop landscape. Gucci Mane's mixtapes, particularly those released during the mid-2000s, like Chicken Talk and The Burprint, introduced a new sonic palette to the rap world, characterized by heavy, bass-laden beats, ominous melodies, and his distinctive syrupy flow. DJ Drama, a prominent figure in the mixtape game, played a significant role in Gucci Mane's rise, hosting several of his mixtapes and providing them with a stamp of authenticity and credibility. Drama's notorious Gangsta Grill series, which featured Gucci on multiple occasions, helped solidify his status as a street rap icon. This partnership between Gucci Mane and DJ Drama was mutually beneficial, with Gucci's gritty street tales and Drama's signature drops and ad-libs creating a perfect synergy.
Everybody wanted the Gangsta Grills. Like it was coveted. You know, I want to be on the cover of this magazine. I want to be on this TV show, and I gotta have the Gangsta Grills. I took that formula and just, you know, took it to new heights. The concept of the EP and the quote-unquote the mixtape and, you know, where we are today comes from what I was doing with Gangsta Grills. You know, that formula became the it formula.
Various other mixtape DJs would emerge during this era, often working alongside Drama and on their own projects with other artists. This included important figures such as DJ Scream, DJ Holiday, Trapaholics, DJ Rel, DJ Smalls, Big Mike, DJ Green Lantern, Evil Empire, Ill Will, and many others. In a similar vein, the Bay Area hi-fi scene was flourishing, with its signature energy and distinct sound. Mixtape series such as Thiz Nation, The Works of the Jacker, The Pack, Green Over Undergrounds, and various others would channel the energy of stars like E40 and Mac Dre into the mixtape format. This regional style, characterized by its frenetic beats and exuberant lyrics, became an underground phenomenon, sparking energetic dance movements and defining a unique subculture. This sound would later evolve into jerk music that epitomized the swag era, popularized by crews like the New Boys and the Rangers, with mixtapes by artists like Audio Push, YG, and others exploring the sound during the 2010s. While the blog era stars were celebrated for their ability to navigate the mainstream, the underground street rappers at the time faced criticism for their unconventional approach. Due to their chaotic humor and enigmatic personalities, they were juxtaposed ironically against violent themes of street life. This bizarre contrast could be seen most evidently in the striking album art for tapes like The Burr Print, OJ the Juice Man's shrill ad-libs, Max B's vocal crooning, and Bay Area artists and their exuberant personas that would all serve as vital influences on the meme era that followed. The audience that enjoyed these tapes were excited by the mixtape scene for different reasons to the fans of the blog era, instead enjoying the less serious and freeform raw energy of the underground. While many of these artists did in fact break out with singles and gain recognition with the blogosphere, these artists were not at all concerned with fitting into the online scene, and were really just having fun with the format, using DatPiff as just another medium for exchange while they continued to hustle in the streets. But they weren't the only ones ignoring the conventions of the blog era. While the blog seemed like the best way to get recognition as an artist, not everybody was a fan of the power they held. What had started as a rebellion against the gatekeepers of the previous generation was ironically what the bloggers of the new music cartel would eventually become. Soon rappers were at the mercy of the blogs, and corporate industry would begin to penetrate the scene, with labels utilizing the mixtape format as an easy way to screen artists, scouring MySpace and DatPiff for the next big star and funding pseudo-organic come-ups. In 2009, rapper Tyler the Creator would make his move, launching a personal vendetta against blog titans 2 Dope Boys and Nah Right, after his music was rejected during the submission process, dissing the publications on his debut mixtape Bastard, and launching the career of Odd Future through unconventional means, utilizing platforms like the KTT Forum, Tumblr, and YouTube to establish their unique brand and attract attention. Unlike their blog era peers, Odd Future were a rowdy group of angsty teenage misfits who reveled in controversy and shock value, never filtering their content for anyone. Like Soulja Boy and early MySpace stars like the Cool Kids, Odd Future saw the importance of lifestyle branding and content as just as, if not more, important than the music itself, and would broadcast themselves performing stunts and skating, recording music, and goofing about, draped head to toe in hypebeast attire. The group were essentially a collective of friends messing around online that were loud, offensive, and unfiltered, employing their iconic mantra, kill people, burn shit, and fuck school, that perfectly encapsulated the feelings and frustrations of the outcasted youth of the time.
I was always a class clown, and it's kind of weird and shit, and it's kind of like, I've always been an outcast because they never fucked with me. I know we're the outcast. I mean, if you listen to the music, or just us in general. Like, you met me in person. I'm just serious now, but I'm always fucking jumping around. I'm surprised I sat down still this fucking long, but we've always been a fucking outcast and shit. And it's kind of cool because this is what's gonna make us fucking great in the future. At the end of the day, throughout all the jokes or bullshit or whatever, it's always be yourself. That's one thing that I'm like, just do what the fuck you like. That's what I try to tell people, just to do what the fuck they want and fucking impress others.
The edgy approach of Odd Future, informed by the cartoonish violence of Eminem, surrealism of MF Doom, and rising internet counterculture of trolling, shock videos, and memes, could be seen most evidently in the group's music videos and visual skits. Most notably in the video for Earl, that depicted nail removal, blending of illicit substances, and foaming at the mouth, and also in Yonkers, that saw Tyler eating insects and hanging himself. Odd Future's experimental sound and aesthetic would cause plenty of controversies online and backlash from the media due to the group's references to sexual assault, homophobic lyrics, and the influence they had on the youth. Ironically, Odd Future was home to many LGBTIQ+ members and featured some of the first openly gay rappers. Tyler in particular challenged and deconstructed stereotypes of what a rapper was supposed to look like and wrestled with the complexities of identity and acceptance. This backlash against convention could also be seen in the diverse roster of Odd Future that was unlike other rap groups, with members pursuing their own unique sounds and styles, in and outside of the confines of hip-hop. This could be seen with Mellow Hype's warped style of aggressive rap, Jed H. Tomorrow's funk instrumentals and stoner raps, Tyler with his raspy vocals, trippy production, and troll-like behaviour, Earl Sweatshirt with his unique lyricism and vulnerable personal insights, and Frank Ocean's subtle singer-songwriter style that blended pop and R&B with hip-hop sensibilities. Like Soulja Boy, Odd Future had struck a chord with the youth that was different to many of their more serious and focused blog-era peers. Soulja and Tyler were young, mischievous and rebellious, answering to nobody but themselves, with an unhinged, troll-like absurdist style and rough approach to production and recording that really embodied what the internet was truly about. But things were only just getting started. Enter Lil B, an artist from the San Francisco Bay Area who completely reject the path of most
me on Twitter, by the way.
Instead creating his own lane, helping to define the sound and aesthetic of the internet for years to come. While each of the artists talked about thus far were able to launch or nurture their careers through the internet and blogs, none of them besides Soulja Boy, Viper, Tyler, and perhaps Charles Hamilton would really embody internet culture to the extent that Lil B would. Unlike other rappers, Lil B would merge internet culture, the mixtape format, and hip-hop into something completely new, taking cues from the hyphy culture he grew up in, opting for a DIY stream of consciousness approach to every aspect of not only his music, but also his promotional tools. This included homemade music videos filmed in random locations, self-recorded freestyles over free beats sent to him by both big-name producers and randoms, and an unfiltered, unedited persona that interacted with fans, embraced meme culture, and understood the mindset of true chronically online basement-dwelling weirdos. Evidence of Lil B's forward-thinking internet-based approach can be traced back to his work with the aforementioned Bay Area crew The Pack, most notably the hit song Vans and mixtape Wolfpack Music. While Lil B would continue working with The Pack, post the success of breakout track Vans, the young rapper would begin building the foundations for his own solo career, creating multiple MySpace pages of his own, and flooding the site with an endless supply of strange and innovative music. Nothing was off limits for Lil B, and soon he would begin dropping songs related to just about anything he could think of, forming his own unique slang, style and philosophy that was unlike anything the hip-hop world had seen since the genius of Kool Keith. While Wayne in the South's level of consistent mixtape output was to be admired, Lil B would absolutely smash this, releasing over 75 mixtapes to date that included several hundred song compilations. The tracks featured on these releases range from swag-heavy based freestyles like Wonton Soup, regional hip-hop tributes such as Texas, and the bass god's more positive and heartfelt motivational tracks like Realest Alive and Beat the Odds. While rappers generally associated with the blog scene would help open the doors for unique voices to be heard in rap, there was still a strong sense of scrutiny aimed at the less lyrically inclined artists, especially those that were labelled as ringtone rappers. Lil B would instead lean into the stereotype and make it cool, embracing his hyphy roots and outsider persona with the bass movement that spread an attitude of love and positivity for everyone.
Everybody's a blessing, you know, and it's such like a dream and stuff. You know, it's like a dream, you know, honestly, that we're in life and, you know, we're sitting here and that we're doing this. I cannot believe it, and I want to cry because I'm so happy. You feel me? And I feel like that's how it should be. Like, it's nobody that's weak to me. You know, like, I judge people off personalities and kind of the vibe of the gut I feel off them. But, like, really, you know, loving people and just respecting people and you know, just venturing out and trying something new and trying to find that common with both of you, you know what I mean? And just try to find that common, because, you know, it's like we all got something in common. And it's just non-judgment.
This widespread love for the outcasted is most evident in music videos like I Love You that demonstrated Lil B's empathy, as well as album titles like I'm Gay that stood up against the homophobic culture ingrained in hip-hop's history. These attempts at embracing the outcasted voices in hip-hop were incredibly attractive to Lil B's fan base, many of which were outsiders themselves. This unique connection with his followers resulted in immunity from criticism, and any attempts to mock the bass god were quickly resolved with defense from his task force. Lil B would even resort to dissing former rapper and blog-era new guard Joe Budden after his music was dismissed. The resulting diss track, t-shirts and buttons absolutely bodied Joe and demonstrated Lil B's lyrical competence, proving that while he could rap to the standards imposed by his detractors, his personal choice for a more raw, stream of consciousness style was an artistic decision and not due to a lack of ability. Lil B's understanding of his fan base not only allowed him to have a direct relationship with them, but also inspired him to embrace many ideas that went against the tough thug rapper archetype, with lyrics that discuss gamer culture, anime, and various other nerdy topics. The bass god was essentially a Christ-like figure, sacrificing himself to bring peace and love to the scene, while putting pharisaical critics like Budden in their place. While Lil B's music is often considered satirical in nature, his music would differ significantly from the growing culture of rap parodies online. Instead, his bass aura was incredibly authentic. This approach to hip-hop from such a left-field artist would help break down the barriers into rap music, creating a platform for underground artists that didn't fit the mold of the more trendy blog-era stars or popular rappers of the time. Following the release of his debut mixtape, I'm Thrax, Lil B would go on to drop what is often considered the most groundbreaking tape in his discography, 6 Kiss. This mixtape marked a pivotal moment in the evolution of hip-hop's relationship with the internet, exemplified by its opening track, Birth of Rap, which was quite literally the birth of internet rap as we know it, helping to launch the career of Clams Casino, and defining the sound and aesthetic of cloud rap and the meme era. In this track, Lil B would shout out his forefathers Wayne, Gucci Mane and Soulja Boy, while delivering iconic bars like I'm Ballin' Like Spalding. Released in 2009, 6 Kiss challenged the conventional boundaries of hip-hop, blending elements of the hipster blog scene with street rap, and giving a powerful voice to outsiders and nonconformists. The mixtape would go on to become a cult classic, celebrated for its experimental sound and fearless approach. 6 Kiss became a symbol of rebellion against the status quo in hip-hop, challenging norms and encouraging artists to push boundaries. It laid the foundation for a new wave of hip-hop, where authenticity and creative freedom reigned supreme. While the stars of the blog era had overshadowed the street mixtape scene on DatPiff, Lil B's influence would help facilitate its rise, uniting both the mainstream and the underground. This could be seen in his collaborations with blog-era stars like Mac Miller and Lil Wayne, as well as lesser-known upcoming artists like Main Attractions, Spark Master Tape, Chief Keef, and Danny Brown. As traditional media outlets like the Complex Network and Funkmaster Flex began to taint and commodify the vision of the original blog scene, the RIAA's crackdown on piracy, bootlegging, and mixtape culture would further exacerbate the problem, causing major legal battles for the original bloggers. Meanwhile, many of the flagship blog-era stars had simply moved on, signing major label contracts, with Wiz Khalifa joining Atlantic, Kid Cudi and Big Sean signing with Good, J. Cole with Roc Nation, Mac Miller with Rostrum, and Tyler with XL, making way for a new generation of artists that followed. This included rappers such as fashion-savvy A$AP Rocky, with his unique interpretation of southern hip-hop on Live Love A$AP, facilitated by blogger and tastemaker Yams, Chance the Rapper with his mixtapes Acid Rap and 10 Day, Meek Mill with the Dream Chasers series, Joey Badass with 1999, Kendrick Lamar with his conscious rap masterpiece Section 80, and many others. While hip-hop blogs continue to facilitate in the rise of the aforementioned artists, rappers like Tyler the Creator, Soulja Boy, and Lil B had proven to their fans that gaining the attention of the blogs was no longer the only route to success. Instead of seeking validation from bloggers and industry insiders, the new generation of artists that followed focused on cultivating cult-like followings on their own terms. During this era, the sound of underground trap music and its derivatives would serve as the backdrop for this rebellion, with Lex Luger and 808 Mafia-esque production lending itself to a variety of new styles, pushing the sound of early blog-era hipster rap out of favour. While many of the more trendy stars embraced this sound, the underground artists of the era would take it a step further, utilising the sound in conjunction with memes, shock value and irony to poke fun at the gatekeepers, express new ideas, and rebel against the industry, forming the foundations of SoundCloud rap with trillwave, drill, and cloud rap. This was arguably the golden era of not only internet rap, but also vaporwave and other niche microgenres, where many of the trends and themes found in modern internet culture would first emerge. This surreal amalgamation of sounds and visuals spoke directly to the chronically online youth of the time, captivating them with its distinctive atmosphere. The resurgence of older southern rap ideas blended into trap music through movements such as Memphis Revival and Trillwave, along with the celebration of 90s technology and media aimed at teens and children, was fueled by the millennial generation's obsession with nostalgia, tinged with notions of hauntology and lost futures. Beneath the surface of this nostalgia-fueled aesthetic, artists approached the themes of rap with a profound sense of self-awareness, fetishizing key signifiers of the bling era to underscore the escapism inherent in these pursuits. This escapism, in turn, echoed the sentiment of nostalgia for a time of innocence in millennials, a longing for a simpler existence, untouched by the complexities of modern life. Unlike the blog stars, which primarily sought to circumvent traditional avenues of promotion, the era of meme rap and cloud rap that followed truly fused music and the internet into one cohesive expression, serving as a key cornerstone in the sonic and aesthetic foundation of the SoundCloud scene and the current internet zeitgeist. In my next video, I'll begin tracing the roots of this exciting transition towards SoundCloud rap, focusing on the underground scene of cloud rap and trillwave in particular, covering important groups such as the White Girl Mob, Raider Clan, Metro Zoo, A$AP Mob, Ocean Gang, Glow Gang, The Sad Boys, Goth Money, Team Sesh, and many others, while continuing to cover more important tapes emerging.
My bad, y'all. I had the mic turned off. That being said, we gonna have to watch that next one when it drops. I'm super stoked to watch the Team Sesh doc as well as just the Raider Clan era. That being said, let me know how y'all feeling about this era in hip hop, the 2008, 2009 blogger era. It was a great time in my opinion. I think some of the most authentic hip hop that we probably will ever see came from that time period. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. It's been a 3-hour stream. I think we did the damn thing. I'll be back on later. Yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow morning. We're gonna come back with an early morning stream. But until next time, QS out.